The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, they refiled.
And you know. Oh wait, are we on?
Tell them to send a deposit before we go
I
down.
gotta check to see if we on because
exactly.
no, we had conversations about this. See, I can tell you off about that, but no, it's
Yeah.
Watch it, yeah.
Right.
He watch YouTube.
and Craig too.
Oh, Craig watches?
Craig's
No, we really
Craig's
need
like,
that.
Craig's like, I
man.
like Danny. I like Danny.
They like get called in the Philly gym.
Craig's
Oh
like
no,
that.
man! I mean,
Use your man voice.
First of all, no. We can
Wait,
make all
are we on?
Yeah.
Are we
We're
on?
on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak on it, so I'm gonna let it
Oh
go.
wow!
No, because of Lewis. I mean,
What do
Lewis.
you
You know
mean?
how Lewis we could treat the moderator.
It's
So
a Philly thing. It's
yeah,
a
nah,
Philly
it ain't
thing.
that.
now
I mean,
you
but I
go-
would like to say a couple words on it if I could.
Oh, go ahead.
You mind?
No. Now you asking him?
No, well, I mean,
Play his
I-
intro music.
Wait,
Hold up, yo.
That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah. What's that? Hold up. Wait. Let's see if we are we on. Are we
On.
on? Yes. Okay. Oh,
Ooh,
all right. Well, nobody
played
told us.
you.
Wait. We gotta. I'm supposed to go live, right, or something? Because I didn't
Yeah,
know.
you
I didn't know
messing
people
up.
were actually watching this. I was at
You
the
probably see
improv.
delicious pears and lost your mind.
Yeah,
Hey,
Exactly.
man, these pears, and I knew somebody wasn't. I told Code 3. She said, "Which one you think not gonna like it?"
Danny, he's a boxer. Boxers
Boxers
don't
don't
eat
eat
pears.
pears?
No,
No?
they get knocked out. They're acid in the third round.
if it gets that far, TDP.
look at it.
Good point.
Okay, so yeah, okay, he came in.
He came in aggressive today.
Who?
Came in your mouth? What?
Nah, hey.
You set it up. Volleyball. Really?
Hey, man, I don't know.
Why are you on Instagram? You have no followers.
I got 28.
Okay.
Oh, wow, look at you. You going
Let's
up.
get 30 by the show.
Oh, here it is. There it is, live.
Oh, Lewis, not a read.
Peyton's in town. So she
Oh, the
she showed me
feminist?
yeah, she showed me last night. She broke up. She said
What?
she moved out too, but she quick. She ain't staying around. She, the
Wow.
girl, they would get
So the
together, she
lesbian
moved
thing ain't
out.
a thing, huh?
Well, I think she still had a vibe when she got
We got
in the
next
car.
birthday party. I'm going to hit on her next time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the 61st.
Yeah.
I told him when he came down there, I said, yo, bring it down here. She,
Yeah.
got plenty down here.
Yeah, you did say that.
You know,
ignorant
Jeff
stuff.
be on it.
How's that ignorant?
She can write an article on us. She's a writer. She can write an article on us.
Her stuff. She's out here now. She's doing some celebrity.
Oh, wow.
I asked her about because she used to go crazy over this little girl that was in Twilight, Kristen Stewart, whatever.
Oh, that movie
Kristen
Twilight.
Stewart.
Yeah. So
she
now
like
that
that?
she's worked with her twice, she's like, I said, what was it like meeting? You know, she's like, we hang out all the time. She's boring. It's like, she said, yeah, all white
Peyton.
girls are boring. It's like,
Until I got some fine black
like you
ones
were
down
with
there,
one
you
for
know?
3 years. Okay, enough of that. Okay, we're on. Hey, I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Farner.
Dana Green.
But I'm telling you, they got some fine.
Will you let me finish this thing?
Your
He's
intro
excited.
is like,
No. What was really
excited.
funny was he called me. He called me the other day and said, "So is Mark sponsoring us again this week?"
No. I mean, that is a legit question. Is he on live? Wait to him.
So Mark, no, but then
I'll do that one.
I had another couple coaches want to sponsor.
Okay.
So I sent Boss Lady my man's info. So hey, get it to him. I see him yesterday. Hey, coach, I ain't got the link yet.
man.
I'm like,
Why you didn't still on it?
Yeah.
No, he hadn't got it yet. They got funds, so I'm gonna actually ask these people.
You
I
should have
didn't know.
socked him, let him know you serious, and then wave to him on live.
Oh, it's Coach Knowles. Coach Knowles, what's up? And then the guy Engelberg who created Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Yeah, that.
They trying to take the post office out of business.
Yeah,
No, he created it in 1988, and I don't know, 80, whatever.
Is he a
did.
sponsor? He's trying to become a sponsor?
We've
I
been
need
coaching
some
together
stamps,
for over
too.
10 years.
And you didn't
he
find
coached
out?
my son,
Yeah.
huh?
You just
Well,
not
no,
find
I knew that, but I didn't
Okay.
want to. I had to wait till my son graduated first.
Oh, okay.
You
It's all about you.
You can't tap into them like that because then they think it's.
Why can't you?
And then his son is now. I'm no coach's son. Son moved up to VAR, so that's how I get him. Hey, I got your son to VAR, so we should get.
That's
a
right.
sponsorship.
That's right.
But and
You
we'll all
getting
get
any more
stamped on.
emails?
Huh?
Any more emails
About.
kids not playing? Showrunners and stuff?
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was. I can't say that because that email's still floating around. It made its way. When they say they want to make a record of it,
Oh, they CC'd
wow,
it?
yeah.
but yeah, when they CC it, and you're like, okay, all
They
right.
got
so-
receipts on that
So
shit.
that's how. So now, but it's a lot of like, what's his name? The guy, movie guy that just did Will
Yeah,
Smith.
your story.
Will Smith. He's gonna be a sponsor. We have a lot of sponsors.
Okay.
I ain't
look.
seen no money yet, though.
No.
It's
Yeah.
all
You
work.
saw-
And you dressing all cute.
Yeah.
No,
Got your
this is
paid
our-
in full outfit on.
No, this is he's getting. Mark is getting everybody gear.
Well, I ain't wearing nothing till I see some more
Man.
money. Yeah.
I'm a model.
I'm messing
That was
with you,
really
Mark.
nice of him. Thank you, Mark. And
Yeah,
it's gonna,
thank you, Mark.
We're gonna. All we got to do is ask. I didn't know all you had to do is ask. My grandmother used to say that all the time.
Closed mouth don't get fed.
I didn't know that. Okay, so hey,
But now you do.
we're so close to the holidays.
So?
I love the holidays.
Christmas is when? Next week?
Yeah, Christmas Eve I think, is the most peaceful.
Yeah, you always
Time.
say that.
Yeah, I just
Really?
Yeah, for me, especially in Philly. I don't know about you, but my experience in Philly has been Christmas Eve for some reason is quiet.
Now he want
You
to
can
talk.
drive
to
down.
you.
Right,
Huh?
yeah. Now you
wanna
like them.
talk. Yeah, he ain't give you no gift and all that. You know, now you want to be your friend.
I got offered him pears, a pear.
He don't
and I
eat
gave him
pears.
I gave him a gift. He's part of the team. He can't say he's not.
You feel a part of the team, Danny?
What team? Oh,
Huh?
this over here?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm part of the team, man. I mean,
Hey, he got
it
an
is-
envelope.
Well, it's week to week.
Yeah,
It is.
Week to week.
And that's our show business.
He on the
tell,
football contract.
tell me show business is not week to week.
No, I'm guaranteed.
I don't know.
Oh.
Can't tell you that.
I'm
Oh.
guaranteed. I'm the franchise.
Well, it's in residuals. It depends on the residual cycles. Love getting every cycle renewed. So it's different
Absolutely.
things. Then you got that instant pay when you get paid for doing your stand up. Then you got the contract pay.
Yeah.
Then you hope for so. You know.
So you got big plans for the holidays, or you just chilling
I actually know what I'm wearing.
with that? Have you washed it yet?
Yeah, I watched it, but I'm gonna wear the other one. This
It look like it
because
shrinks.
I think the Eagles play New Year's Eve. I mean Christmas Eve. I think we play the Cowboys.
You guys is balling.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great Christmas for me
But
because
I-
Christmas
you know-
Eve we're gonna spank the Cowboys.
Spank them.
I'm gonna have a little
But
some
y'all-
dark liquor.
I hope y'all do go all the way though.
The Paris
we
probably
gonna
going.
we got a
Hope
good
y'all
shot.
do go all the way.
yeah.
Don't be like, no, hold up.
Jeff, get your phone.
Don't no.
That's the Bears right there. That's the Bears.
Exactly.
Casey the Viagra.
But
It
don't
is
be like, don't
blue.
be like,
It is blue.
Yeah. But don't be like your baseball team and your soccer team.
Fell
You'd
off
be disappointed.
like a hubcap.
Yeah.
That was
Baseball
just-
team on the soccer team. Oh,
Yeah.
baseball. Yeah, we did make it to
Yeah.
that. Well, we at least we made it though.
Yeah, but it don't mean shit that you ain't winning. Though.
That's true.
I don't
That's
think
true.
that
And y'all lost to
Chicago
us in
should be
soccer.
talking
It's
about
like they
baseball.
say when they compare the Bulls, the greatest team, to the Golden State Warriors. When the Golden State Warriors went 71-9
1998. Yeah, keep
And
talking.
lost.
Yeah, but
and
y'all-
lost though, but we went 72-10 and we won it.
but
That's
y'all-
true.
That's
all y'all
difference,
got.
though.
That's
So what
y'all
shot
got
did
the
you hit?
85 Bears. You got the 85 Bears. What shot did you hit?
Yeah, he said we. You subbing for
That
Scottie
was it.
Pippen?
That was who he. Yeah.
Jeff, get in there for Scotty.
they pushed you off. That was yeah.
Put this pipe down and go
Yeah,
get
well,
30.
yeah, at what point does
Pipe down to get 30.
yeah, at what point does a guy stop being we? Like at
Never.
what point do
Never.
you
Never.
at
You
your
keep
team,
saying
always
about
say
your
we?
egos.
I never say we.
You do.
I say the Eagles.
You say we.
No, you say the Eagles.
No, you say we.
That's a Philly
The
thing.
Eagles
you don't
mean
say
you.
We.
Yeah,
You say
exactly.
the Eagles.
So the
Exactly.
Eagles.
You don't say the we. We don't. It's the Eagles.
We the
or the
Bears.
Sixers won.
We the Bears.
Even when we found that out when the Flyers won. We knew that wasn't us.
Philadelphia.
Right.
We
Flyers.
said
Right.
the Flyers won.
But see, that's the difference.
We
between
took that.
y'all,
We didn't even know what that was about. in
Chicago,
Philly.
we unified when it comes to that.
Right.
It's a
Y'all-
family
and
thing,
the
though.
way y'all kill each other.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Philly.
Wow,
I saw
No,
really?
that.
hold
Yeah,
up.
Ah,
Hold
yeah, don't go there.
No. I can show you the video how y'all murder motherfuckers.
Yeah,
It's
out of
overkill.
control. It's out of
Yeah.
control. We can say, but the leader of that out of control.
My man.
Oh, shit. Hot sauce like a motherfucker. Yo.
The baby blood.
Dangerous.
Look at him.
A real headline.
Got the black wide earth up in
I'm
here.
surprised he
They
didn't bring Myron J.
He left the walker
George
outside.
He left the walker
Bottle of
outside.
his hot sauce. Oh my God! Now I knew we shouldn't have sent Dan
The
in
man.
the thing or Jeff. We could have lost one of them.
Man,
Jay
My
Brown.
hero.
Oh my
Anthony
God.
I need
Brown.
a mic.
Yeah,
No, you
that's
don't.
What,
You
yeah,
loud
yeah, I'm
enough.
giving you my mic.
Yeah,
come
come
on,
on.
have a seat. I'm usually. I
Yeah, we set it up.
Goddamn good.
My man in the house.
My number's about to go up now. What y'all got, like 3 or 4, 5 people?
my
How many we
God.
got?
Yeah, we're going to go to 30.
30.
Yeah,
We're going to 30.
I gotta go live with that. What up, Jeff? What up, Jeff?
What you, man?
My
let's,
man.
Let's go ahead and do the. You very seldom do intros, so why don't you do it?
I mean,
Never mind. Jeff, you've been trying to get on his stage forever.
Hold up.
Oh no, I can't say that because I used to cook.
Yeah,
I used
he
to
was a
cook.
cook.
But no,
He was a cook.
but he had a pecking order, though.
Oh, okay.
He had a pecking order. I was in that order, though.
Okay, all right. Let's do it this way. Since we never let this gentleman is sitting to your right on his left, we never let him talk. But I know he knows you well.
Dannon?
Yes. So please we'll let Dan. Please do the intro, D.
That's my son.
Yeah.
that's your son?
That's my son.
What up, Jay? What's up, baby? You got it.
What up,
Is he
yo?
funny?
No.
Is
No,
your son
he know
funny?
me.
He's the hitman.
Oh, okay.
He keep
What's
everybody
up,
in
Flag?
line.
Okay.
My
Well,
dog.
You want me to wait for Jeff to start his church greetings and shit.
How your family and them
What
doing?
is it you got? That little mount thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to to introduce to me.
You know what?
You gonna let me finish, man?
I think they know me.
Oh. Let me introduce you.
Yeah.
Everybody who you are.
Let me say something. All I'm gonna say is this: him and I, we know that story's gonna be told today. So him and I have a special.
You tell the story?
No, I didn't
You
tell the
never
story.
told it?
No, I never told him here. So
You got to tell us story.
Okay, so
We'll
first
be
of all,
here
I want to
all day.
introduce you. You want to keep going? Oh, I'm sorry. If God was here, you let him talk.
You
My
got to
bad.
change. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, there it goes.
That was racist.
There you go.
Please explain that to him. That remark to Jay, because he just made a crack about Guy. Never
No,
mind.
we'll talk about that.
It-
But
it'll
I want to
come around.
introduce, first of all, for those who don't know him, anybody under 100.
Wow. You got to insult me.
No.
You just have
Yeah,
to.
you just-
This guy here, to me, is a very good friend, a mentor, one of the funniest guys, probably the funniest guy at one time in the country.
He made himself, my friend. I wasn't really going
Okay,
That
Jeff,
part.
Jay, let me get to that part, Jeff. I'm gonna
That
get to now.
part.
I'll do it right now. Hey, y'all, first of all, let's get up for J. Anthony Brown, y'all. Come on, let's go. So I'll be quick with this because I know Lou got me on the timer. Yeah.
Hey, now wait. I passed you the mic. See, that's what I'm saying.
All right, but I still got it. But he wants to hear the story, and I know how you are.
No, we give you. Let
okay.
Let's both of us tell the story.
Okay.
I'll set it
Go
up.
ahead.
You said
finish.
okay. Go ahead.
So we all know that I was working at Maverick Flat, and Maverick Flat was it's like right down the street there. So everybody would come, just comics from all over. I guess the word went out. Dannon Green comes in one night, and he said, "I'm a comedian. Where you from?"
I was Ohio from
From
Ohio.
Ohio.
Remember? Yeah.
So I said, "Okay, I'll put you up." So go ahead.
So, as everybody knows, coming from the Midwest, I had a Kango hat on with a jumpsuit. You know, tiger
It was not a
suit.
jumpsuit.
It wasn't a jumpsuit. It was a tiger
It was a short set.
short set. This is '92, y'all. Come on, okay? So,
It was.
A short set.
Short set.
Not one big tiger, several tigers. Oh,
and all of us know when Jay get ready to bring her, Jay was the entertainment, we was the intermission. So you know how it was with Jay. Anytime Jay get ready to bring you on, he'll go, okay, coming to the stages, hey, what's your name again? And he did that like 5 times. So finally I come on there and I bomb. And he tore me up for like about 30 minutes. And I wanted to go get him.
He was going to fight me.
Yeah. I was about to go get him, Mike. But I said, I got to be cool. Because, so I didn't come back down for a long time. But what happened was...
I'm a boycott.
No, but this is what happened. As most of you guys know, I used to work for Federal Express. So Jay's route was my last stop area.
It was not. He made it his business to
No,
come
for
to
my P1, Jay, for my P1 cycle. That's before 10:30.
Okay.
He was my last one. So when I would get to the house, I knocked on the first time, and I was like, he opened the door. I'm like, I should get this motherfucker right now. That's what I was like. I should get him. Yeah, I should get him right now.
It's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit. But then he said, but Jay act like he ain't even remember none of that shit he talked about for about 30 minutes. Hey, Danny, how you doing, man? So he invited me in, which was a mistake.
Yeah, and then he started coming every day. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not on your route.
I wouldn't have packages, and I would be at Jay's house.
Just show up, right?
So we finally got it to the point where what happened, how it all came out to be where we are now is Steve Harvey's wife was in a play directed by Chip Fields.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey produced it, and I auditioned, and I got the role. And then they said, okay, you got the role. And then I was like, but you're going to be understudy. I'm like you fucking who? To who? And I was the understudy to your role. So I was like, this motherfucker again. So we went to the practice rehearsals all the time, and then we became cool. And then one time Jay said to me, he said, you hoping I get sick, don't you? Because he did every show. He did every show. But from that time, he invited me down. And it was probably about 8 months later, and I kept working on it. I didn't go back to Maverick's Flat for about 8 months or whatever. I worked on my show at Comedy Act, and I came back. And then this time when Jay brought me up, he's like, hey, this guy's coming to stage, talented actor. So the juice was there. I went on. I had a good set, and we've been friends. We've been friends ever since.
Story.
That was a terrible story.
Yes.
Really good story.
But
had he fucked up, I was going to wear his ass out again.
But Jay's a good guy and been a big supporter of me for a lot of different things.
When I first came to L.A., I would go over to Maverick's Flat, and not Maverick's Flat, Comedy Act.
Theater, yeah.
Then I would bomb. I was just like horrible. And comics, if you bomb, they don't. It's like you got a disease.
Right.
Nobody will talk to you.
It's like, oh.
You ain't nobody friend until you have a good set.
Right.
You have a good set. So out of all the people, Ricky would speak to me, Lewis would speak to me, he would speak to me. The rest of them, they would not. I would go up and just bomb, like and then I was living up in the Hollywood, and when you bomb, it's like it is the longest trip to get back home,
right.
where you safe at, and that was it.
Like most of the comics, excuse me for snatching your mic, was that we were walking, so it was a longer walk. At least you were driving. We were walking. But I want to slide this over because will you slide that over? Because I want to ask Jason a couple questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell my James
ahead.
Brown story. So I may be doing comedy a month. So I'm at the Townhouse. Juan Dexter, Hope Flood, U.S. Moore.
Exactly.
So J. Anthony Brown come in. So now I don't know the rules of comedy. All I know is they say never give another comic your mic. But I don't know the rules of comedy. Jennings Brown is standing on the wall. So I do his joke in front of him. He said, wait a minute, nigga, that's my joke. Came up on the stage, I gave him gave me the rules of comedy. You get the mic on the head and said, look, nigga, you don't do this shit overnight. It takes time to develop an act, So I didn't know this. So I thank you for that information that night.
Wow. And you have one?
Of course. I mean, my story was just like Danny's.
No, it wasn't. Dan is a little funnier, but go ahead. Nah.
Before we get started?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, no. Danny didn't start off with signs. That's what hurt you. That's what hurt you. That's what hurt you and Leo Lawrence.
Yeah.
Starting off with signs at the page 4. It's just no. Come on.
Bringing in
Come on.
airplanes?
You can't break out on the song. You can't hold up the sign. I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Nah, it was the same thing. I bombed after you at the Comedy Act. And Robin just took,
Robin just
like lit into my ass. After I had 2 great sets.
Yeah.
And then the third one, I was just like, he just tore into my ass.
It was so weird. I never spoke to Robin. Never
Really?
had a conversation with him or nothing.
Wow.
I mean, and I would come all the time.
Yeah, I know.
But like we were sitting up, I never talked to him.
Never talk. He like after he died,
He,
he
yeah,
didn't come back.
yeah. I mean, the night he died, I was at the Apollo.
Wow.
I was working at Apollo, and the word went out, that Robin Harris just passed away. And like the comedians were, I know DL was on that show, but everybody had like a weird set, because we had just found out that.
Well,
Robin,
yeah, because DL was trying to figure out which set he was going to do, Robbins or at that time. I mean, with all due respect. You can say that about somebody that's more.
I can do all this shit.
I mean, you can say that about somebody that's way more famous than you. I can't. All I can hope is he replies, and it'll bring our numbers up.
Okay.
But okay, so and was that your end of your story? I'm sorry. No, I know your career's been short. Your story is just short.
My career's last longer
I'm
than
trying
you.
to figure out, how did all three of you guys get together to do this?
Well, all right. First, loneliness and not working. That's the thing about comics and entertainers. We have to actually have somewhere to go.
Right.
To say, all right, I'm doing my art. So it was this thing of art. And of course, first the boss lady, she created this.
So she insisted that
well,
all
she
three?
gave us a space to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she thought that we were kind of funny, and then I thought of the two people.
And how long y'all been doing this?
Not long
16.
enough.
Like,
Yeah.
2016.
2016. Yeah.
y'all been doing it that long?
Yeah.
You ain't got to say it like that.
That is a long time.
Right, we tried to get it at the Jake spot, but y'all wouldn't
Yeah,
book
but
us.
I haven't
been here too long.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. So it started with, and then we knew we needed someone funny, so we got him
Oh,
for the
okay.
one-line Bam Bam. We knew somebody who was nerve-wracking.
No women? Y'all never have a woman?
No, it's In a Man's World.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
In a Man's World. Then Jeff, I felt like I needed to, because one of us was supposed to make it by now, and we haven't. So I was like, let me pretend like I made it and bring Jeff on, right? So then they bounced on me, and it was just me. And
By
then-
yourself?
Yeah, and then that was really bad. So then I felt I needed someone, and then I reached
then
out.
Dan-
Well, this is the thing. Dan and I were like never really, really friends, but I thought we should
well,
have
you know
been
what?
friends.
Dannon is really, nobody's really
Right. So that's the thing. I'm supposed to
But
like
he
Danny
just-
because he's from Philly.
He shows up. Dannon will just show up and claim he your friend, but he ain't nobody's friend.
So I was like, oh,
Valid point.
It's be some opposite there because Philly. Then I realized, okay, it's just two people from Philly that grew up in different areas of Philly. So we're
I
totally.
always I like to ask people this question. If you weren't doing comedy, what would you be doing?
Male exotic dancer. A male exotic dancer.
No, I mean serious. You're not gonna be no male exotic dancer.
Yeah.
Act like he's seen you in the shower.
Don't crush my dreams.
I've seen
Hey,
you
you
work.
tell me what I'm gonna
What
be.
would you be doing if you had? Well, okay, say you didn't make it as a male exotic dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
something
made it
to fall
Western
back on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to fall back on.
Whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna be doing me. I know that for sure. I'll be doing
That
me.
is.
That's a dope deal, right?
Yeah, that's.
No, that's probably it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was me.
That's definitely
Yeah.
dope.
And
That's
what
dope
will you
deal.
be doing?
That was probably me.
Okay.
Probably
What would you
slang.
be?
Dope dealing. Yeah.
I either would have been having my own computer animation company because my degree, or I would have been a pro.
You can do that?
Right, or I'd have been a pro fighter.
I didn't know he could box. Did you know he could box?
Yeah, I knew he could box. And that's the thing about doing comedy. You got to know who to mess with and who to, who to piss off. Like,
Yeah, because he was gonna beat me up.
Oh, a lot of
and
people-
he was gonna win.
Oh,
he was.
I don't think I would ever. I mean, it's.
I was just so mad because Jake, this is what he said at the end.
Right.
And this is what got me. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen," and this is what made me. But I will say that, and I tell Jay this all the time. This is what helped my career out. But he said this, and I was hot as shit. He said, "Ladies and gentlemen," because I was new in town. He said, "And if you ever see Dan and Green's name in lights, just keep passing by." And I was like, God dang. I was like, and if, you know how Maverick Flat was. That's 200 and some people.
But
That was a house.
Yeah.
Look, if you're a comedian and you're MCing, and had you seen
The material he gave you.
the short set, and when he came up, I'm praying that he kills.
Right.
Because if he's bad, I'm having a field day.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was bad. It was great.
But the greatest thing about that era, though, is when Robin did pass.
Yeah.
You did pick up that slack.
No, well,
Because
there
that-
was two different clubs and was two different times. And at that particular time, there was no place else to go.
Right, but that,
There's still no place to go
Right,
for black.
yeah, but you did pick up that slack where
Right.
when comics bomb, you will fuck them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
they
it made
needed
you.
that, though.
It made you better too.
Yeah.
Well,
If you had a choice to go, okay, maybe I need to stop doing this or work on it.
Yeah.
We'd be remiss without shouting out Rico Reed and Jackie Reed,
Rico
Yeah.
Reed and Jackie
who
Put the whole
thing together and put trust in.
Who we would have it packed, and I said, Rico, how many people are in the club? 63. Okay.
Deion Sanders effect.
Yeah.
And give us the
Yeah,
Goldberg
what is the
chicken.
thing with Deion Sanders? My son was telling me about it, with the tickets and stuff.
No, you got to share his mic.
No.
Yeah, here you go.
Go ahead.
Okay, you sure? Disrespectful. Sorry, Jay.
This would never happen on The View.
Yeah. Sorry,
Never.
Jay. It's a celebrity. I know. You know what I mean? Like, the thing with the tickets thing actually
My son was trying to tell
said that he wasn't talking about Jackson State. He was talking about HBCUs in general. But what happened was they related it to Jackson State, where they would tell him his whole thing was once they get $30,000 in ticket sales, then he start getting a percentage of 10% of the gate. But Jackson State sits 60,000, but then they would say only $28,000 was sold. So he's like, if that's what it is, we got a full house. Where's my money? Someone's taking my money. So, but in the news the other day, they said he wasn't really relating it to Jackson State, but they put it to Jackson State. Because now if you go online, you see in Jackson State have a lot of rebuttal to what he did. But really, to be honest with you, no matter what the situation is, no coach in D1 should be putting his money up for anything if you really think about it. And that was the situation.
So you think they screwed him around?
Yeah, well, it's not that they screwed him around. I just think that I had a big discussion with Black Ron yesterday from, Black Ron,
Dallas,
the comedian, because he's an HBCU grad. Everybody feels for some reason that Deion should have stayed. And I'm telling people just like last week when we talked, how long is he supposed to hold their hands? He flipped Jackson State.
He put him on the map.
In 3 years. And
So he changed around in 3 years.
Right, and the college been around for almost 100.
Yeah.
So where's that money been? They had one weight bench, they said, when he got there.
Yeah.
So, right. So where's that money? So that's his big argument. Not argument, but that's one reason that he felt like, people saying you a sellout, but it's like, wait a minute, I came here and brought Walmart in and brought NFL ball players that would never even talk about, that would never even think about Jackson State. So there it is.
Wow.
So, all right, the great story that you met him. Let's tell there's somebody, we got like 17 listeners, so there's someone, the child or somebody who's sitting there saying, that's who's James Brown. I remember he's gotcha there, hot sauce.
Watch out now.
Yeah, watch out there. Now, and we go back to the point where we all saw J. Anthony Brown you didn't come country like Chris Tucker. You were pretty smart and intelligent, and then it was the writing side. Mm-hmm. You were the kind of first one to venture into the writing side, which was big time for all of us.
Right.
It's like, man, he's sitting Arsenio, he's a writer. Just having that title as a writer. Now everybody's a writer, but before you had that, it was a select few. It was like.
Well, I'm in the union, so. I don't...
Right. But that was a time when like you said.
But that's the few.
Right, but
believe it or not.
Yeah.
For you to be in the union.
Yeah.
So,
but that's why I got it from you.
You in the writers' union?
Yes, because of you. When we were 4 o'clock in the morning, KJLH, when Frankie Ross was the program director, you would be on in the morning.
Right.
He invited us down. It was Sean McDonald was there as well.
Yeah.
Sean McDonald was hating. J. Anthony Brown said, man,
but he turned that into a career.
But here, well, I'm saying back then, this is 93.
As a manager,
this is 93.
So you're from L.A.?
No, but this is just. He's from LA.
Oh, okay.
But we all followed. It was kind of like the breadcrumbs of us following you, the leader, and silently following you. But because it was the radio too, because you were the first one too to be on the radio consistently with Rico Reed and all of them in the morning stuff and the songs. So,
but the other thing that kind of helped, a lot of us, I know you did it, and I'm sure, I think Jeff did it, was to do warm-ups. Because you did warm-ups, and to do warm-ups was another step because it put you in the circle of Hollywood.
Right.
It did.
you find your lane.
Yeah.
And you found your lane, which was not just you could have just been a sidekick on the radio, but then you took the opportunity to say I can write. And I think that's one of the toughest parts for the comics is to try to find your talent and go down that road.
Well,
because you might fail.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think in terms of comedians, if you're a comedian, you are a writer. You are a writer, you're a producer, you're a arranger, you're a director. and you have all that going for yourself
Right.
because the joke is in your head. Either you write it down or you take it to the stage, and you have to go. Well, this goes here and that goes, and that comes with repetition of doing that particular bit.
Yes.
You know, it gets
Right,
better.
but in what order, in asking you, for someone that's listening and ourselves, you could do a parody, which because you like music, I guess, so that was in you. But structurally, were you a good I struggle with writing structure.
You still do.
Yeah, okay, but I can flow as far as my comedy. But so, what's your strengths in that order? Are you a good structural writer?
Well,
Are you more creative? Do you put it on video, the audio?
I think for me, first of all, the Murders and Hits was from Rico. When I was on the radio with Rico, and that was an experience too because Rico would never. Bless his heart.
He's still alive, though.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Black people. That means. Bless his heart. Yeah.
But he would have when we go back on the air, my mic would be off till he said what he had to say, and then he'd beam me up. So it sounded like people were like, well, are you in the same room with him? Where are you? I'm like, I'm sitting right there with him. And so he came up with the idea of saying, well, you could take songs and make up something different. And he was the one who gave it the name Murders and Hits. So it was because of Rico.
Right, but okay. So
and he gave me my radio shot. Yeah, I really thank him for putting me on, allowing me to be on the radio.
What prepared you to walk into a writer's room and be able to feel confident to write? Because at that time, Arsenio Hall show was really just fire, and then you wrote on Steve's show. And what are some of the other shows? I'm sorry.
I wrote on Me and the Boys,
apologize.
Steve Harvey, Sinbad. Ice-T had a special we wrote on. Robert Townsend's show. But I got on that show because when I was working in Atlanta, there's a white guy by the name of Paul Clay who was a friend of mine. We all started out doing stand-up at a place called The Punchline. So when I moved to L.A., he was writing for Arsenio. And it was laid back then. So it was just only two writers, two white guys. They'd write the monologue, and then they'd leave. So he said, come on over. Once we write the monologue, we can leave. Right. And back then, the paper, the one thing you got all your news and jokes, it was USA Today.
Right, yeah.
Right. So we'd sit there and go through USA Today, and I'm waiting to go to lunch with them, and so they're typing up, and I hear the subject, and I throw a joke. He said, oh, man, that's funny. Can we use it? I'm like, yeah, you can use it. And he said, see, you can do this. I said, Paul, I can't spell, and I can't type. He said, don't worry about that. All you got to do is get somebody to type your stuff up for you. Yeah. So I had somebody type up a page of jokes, and I gave them to Arsenio. So, I would send them in. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Paul calls me one day and says, Arsenio's doing your joke tonight. I'm like, what's joke? And so it was a joke I wrote about LaToya Jackson. The joke was.
The joke was. It was not told correctly.
No, he did it right. Oh. The joke was LaToya Jackson said she did a spread in Playboy because she wanted to further her career. And Arsenio's joke was, I want to further my career too, but I'm not going to get butt naked on a Harley Davidson. So that was the joke. And then I wrote another joke for RuPaul. RuPaul was on the show, and RuPaul had a doll, like a figure.
Oh, like one you had?
Yeah.
If I had known you were coming today, I'd have bought mine. I have a JF bobblehead doll. Yeah.
So the joke was, because you had to write jokes for Arsenio when he had a guest, and then a snappy comeback. Yeah. So it made him look like he was clever. So the joke was, oh, I see you got a doll. I don't need to know what you got to pull to make that talk. So that was the joke.
So let me ask you about the buttonette story. Did you ever learn how to spell or type?
Nah, not at all.
You're like, fuck it.
Keep it true to the culture.
When I was writing on shows, I never knew that you could have a writing assistant. You don't have. A lot of writers don't write. Right. A lot of writers have an assistant, or they talking to a recorder. So main thing is they want to get. However, you got to get them the stuff. That's how they want it.
Yeah. Good for you. So now, I have a unique story about J. Anthony Brown.
Really?
Yeah, it's very unique. It's personal. The ones who know. The ones who don't know, don't know. So
do we know?
Of course you know, because you came back there teasing me.
teasing me.
Yeah.
Oh, when you was in the kitchen?
Yeah. So this is what happened. So I'm grinding. So I'm
But
like,
didn't I tell you to take that though?
no, he told me. I told me to take that. Ain't nobody gonna tell you to go work in at Jake's Spot Comedy and work in the
But you
kitchen.
got stage time,
Ain't nobody go. Well, that was always the back thing. That was always the back thing. That was always.
Coming from the grease. Give it up.
That must have been his hustle because he was at with the comedy union to cook.
No,
I thought you was just helping
afterwards,
him.
Yeah.
You wasn't doing that too?
No, but what happened was I saw ends just struggling. I was like, yo, man, I can fry. Cause my background's cooking. I was shorter to cook.
Background.
Well,
I thought you was a
growing up when I was
dancer.
in high school.
So that's what you would have done if you
But
wanted
you know
to do a
what?
comedy.
know,
You would
I
have
know
said.
what I'm doing, coaching.
Out of everything in terms of that club when I had the J Spot, it was just a handful of people that you could call and say, "Hey, man, I need a comedian," or they would be there and they would go up. But it's really sad that here we are in L.A. So many black people. Well, we do not have a major black comedy club, and it has nothing to do with the business. I can admit that I wasn't there all the time. So, but Enns was there. Enns was at his club,
Right.
And they go, well, he's this and he's that, and he's that. Well, it just the hardest thing sometimes for a black person to do is support another black person.
That is
it
true.
really is. And here we are, all these people in L.A., and they'll go all the way up to Hollywood and work for free. You offer them money, like, well, that's not enough money, but you'll go up and work for free, and then they say, well, your club's in the hood. Nobody ever got shot at my club.
Right.
No, I mean, it was some
Yeah,
fights.
some people got stabbed.
Well, hey, there were a couple of fights that was,
Oh yeah, we had some.
who came with you today? Your son?
My son.
Oh, he knows
Yeah,
about go to the
yeah.
fights. Oh, yeah, okay,
All right,
okay.
so, all right,
Yeah.
all right, but
You gotta tell. You was there. You was there that night.
Okay, I gotta tell it. I got a little beef. I got a little thing I want to ask you. Just a little, last week Dannon was talking to guy Tory, and then I have one with you that I wanted to clear up.
Who's your favorite Tory?
Both of them. I like Guy as a talented actor. I don't, consider him think he's that fun. He's quick, but not a whole 45-hour set. I mean, and Joe just is more like Robin, and he's just, if he was an MMA, he should be an MMA host. He should go around host the MMA.
Whooping ass and then bringing people
in the ring, bring it up, and then, hey, what you doing? You got beat up, I mean, that's and I'm only saying that because he's married with kids, so I mean, he come
because
after.
at a certain age, you don't want to fight.
Right. You don't.
Yeah,
You want to find a.
Hopefully,
if you're in comedy, you want to find the bit.
No, at a certain age, he'll call a friend to come fight for
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
Yes. That's Jeff. But
Bring that thing.
Answer the question. I want to hear that.
which was
Talk about Guy.
the guy.
No, your beef.
No,
with
you-
Joe.
Oh yeah, my beef with you. Okay, my beef with you. Here's the issue I had with you. So when you had what's his name? Bush was your guy working for you at the J Spot. Was his name Robert Bush? No, it wasn't Robert Bush. What was his name? I have him in my phone. The black guy, really refined, was working for running your club. Your son might know because you probably fired him to get him. Huh? He didn't last long. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Little prissy guy, very yeah. So, because you wasn't there when I was there, so then I came through, and I was working in the kitchen, and and dealing with those little knuckle, because I had kitchen etiquette. These people didn't know kitchen etiquette, so I had worked at the Holiday Inn.
I know.
So I knew kitchen etiquette.
Drop the fries, old man.
Yeah, they just doing stuff all nasty. I'm like, yo, you don't do that. No, because I took the course and everything. You had to take the course to be in the kitchen. So I sat up and took that. So then Roberts comes to me and says, hey, whoever the guy is, hey, man, we got to let you go. Jay don't really want you to work here, man. I was like, what? Then he comes back. Look, Jay changed his mind and thought about it. And for you to actually humble yourself and come and do that.
Wow.
Go ahead, man. He's going to keep you on. And at that point, I was like, man, what you said about, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's I was right there with that. Man. I
just bought that apron.
Because Hope Flood was wearing me out. Excuse me, I just want to see if Lewis can make me some chicken. Hope Flood was getting me, man. Hope Flood, and Jeff came back and said, hey, man, my chicken's kind of dry, man. I need you to fix this up, man. This is not
And I
how
was
J
getting
Spot
comp.
does it.
My shit, I wasn't paying. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave Jeff a couple free pieces of chicken.
Tell the story about the fight. You were there that night?
I don't know how it started. All I know
Here,
is
slide
that
this way. No, yeah, slide this way so I can hear you. Go
I'm
ahead.
not sure how it started, but I just know. I think it involved a couple females and another dude, but
No, it wasn't a dude. It was female.
right.
Yeah.
And
Infamous story, yeah.
but let me
that's
just
been
say
around.
that your son actually is one of the coolest dudes. I mean, he's always gave me love down there, and he was G'd up.
from
But he
mixed
loved them
nuts.
hoes. That's all I can say.
From mixed
I'm
nuts.
like, I'm the club owner.
Yeah. No, Jay, you was not the club owner.
Yo, that's the club owner.
That's the club owner right there.
right there.
Yeah.
That's the nigga you had to
Yeah.
see when you came up in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do. So, look, we both made bad decisions.
Yeah, look at it, man. That's a tough one to get over.
One night, 32 people come to the club. It had to be. I know it's more than 25. They wanted to bring a cake in.
Shit. But get talking about it.
They wanted to bring a cake in. 30. It was 25. It was 25. We never had more than 9.
At one time.
Right.
He said, you can't bring a cake in.
Oh wow.
And you're not coming in. So
Oh.
I go back. I said, what? It was a crowd. I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened to the crowd? Oh, they wanted to bring a cake in.
I got rules in
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
I'm like,
He held it.
You told them they couldn't come in? No, you know, my son is 0 to 60. He really is. And he must get it from me. But no, they can't bring no cake in. I'm like, Terrell, it's one cake.
I just sprayed for
Yeah,
ants.
one cake, man. Let him.
Spray.
He turned them away. He let them, yeah. But the fight, go ahead and do the fight.
But it
We ain't got off of that yet, though. Yeah.
no.
all I can say, it was a melee, man. And hey,
Player,
you know,
player.
the thing about it is,
Hold up, real quick. Hold up. Now, because you're our boxing guy, so you have to actually tell us, not Maya. You got to tell us what you saw, the rib. Come on.
I just saw hands flying. I saw asses moving. Look over at Terrell.
No.
Don't look
he
away.
He was in the office.
Yes.
He wasn't even out there.
I know, it was the chicks fighting.
Yeah.
And it was turned up, and we was as comics, you know, we don't know whether to break the shit up or because you know that's hood down there. You know what I mean? You dealing with them Inglewood boys, so it's like I was like, well, somebody gonna get killed tonight, but it ain't gonna be me.
But from being a club owner, the biggest arguments and fights and misunderstanding was between comics.
Yeah.
It wasn't the customers. I mean, I had a few customers that were good, but comedians like, I ain't like the way that motherfucker introduced me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is that motherfucker hosting?
My music didn't come
My
on.
music, he ain't play my music. And he did my joke. You know what joke? You know about homeless people. What the fuck?
The ones outside.
Everybody got a joke
But
about homeless people.
and you know what's funny? That's everywhere. Like me and I almost got into it at your club with Reggie Carroll. And me and Reggie like this, we've been like this, but we had the incident with the same thing. You remember that night? And
Same
and,
thing, did a joke like yours.
no, it was just like it was his birthday. Yeah, and Reggie went on. He invited me down. So, you know, me and Reggie always been cool. Mad respect to him. So he got on stage, he come to the stage, and then he just tore me up and went into him. And I was like,
Oh, before you came up.
yeah, but it was bringing me on. So the audience, everybody, Alex Thomas, a lot of people were there. They're like, what the fuck going on? So
Now wait. The question is, did you have that same short set on?
no, I didn't. No,
I got another one.
25
But
years later.
It was so weird 'cause to this day, I have never seen that shit.
Oh, that shit got burnt. That shit was in the trash.
But the thing that it wasn't so much as the short set, he had
the
a
kangaroo hat.
matching hat.
Hey, and
was
and white
coordinated.
sandals.
Yeah, he had a white sandals.
Man,
With
I
high
burnt that
socks?
shit. I don't even think it made it home. I think I dropped it off on the 10 freeway. Like I was like, I was never so mad. Jay, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was never. And anytime Jay and I do an interview, and we've done a number of interviews over the
We
years.
talk about that.
Yep.
And,
That's the story because I had never been so mad. I swear to God, if it probably was some other comics around, but something told me I had to take it because I was still new in town.
that
I was like,
was that your first? Yeah.
no, I was doing the comedy act because
yeah.
Mike used to let me do the warm up at the comedy
okay,
act,
gotcha.
the first show, and then I was like, and I had a game plan. I wasn't going to go to every club. I was going to move through the city because I was new, one club at a time. Yours was the next spot. because you was right around the corner on a Saturday. So I was like, let me go over there. And I used to beg Jay. He would never put me on. It took me about 2 months to get on. But when he did, and I didn't do well, and I was like,
it was amazing. I mean, even with the Comedy Act Theater and the Maverick Flat, how packed those clubs were.
Man.
and you sold no alcohol. That's what's crazy about J Club.
Yeah.
There was no alcohol.
Yeah, we didn't have alcohol.
No, can you slide him that? No, y'all had a lot
Golden
of
Bird's chicken and smoothie.
Golden Bird's chicken.
and a lot of pure comedy. I mean, that was a long time we had pure comedy. Everybody looked out for one another. Everybody respected one another. Everybody had their act and going in one direction or another direction.
And everybody came either to Maverick Flat or the Comedy Act.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw everybody.
Yes.
You saw everybody.
Now
It
people.
started off, the Maverick Flag started off, you was the original host.
No, he was at.
No, he was the original host.
Anytime I touch something, it seems like I'm original. That's just who I am.
Oh.
I'm original. I'm just so. Whenever Louis Dix
No,
came
you
there,
went on the road with Luther. That's
Right,
what happened.
right? Everybody who got their opportunity to go because it was Sinbad, it was Tommy Davidson. You waited your turn.
Right.
You're like, all right, I hope I'm next. You just hope you got that
No, I
call
know.
up and that was the thing to get a call up.
How many shows did you do with Luther?
We did 2 tours. One is what was the In Vogue tour when he kicked them off and brought on Oleta Adams to
she
fill
did
in.
good?
And she did good.
What?
But
And were you there with Sweet Love? What's her name?
Anita Baker.
Anita Baker. Were you
Anita
there?
Baker, yeah, well, Tommy Davidson did it. Then I did the tail end. So
He
Tommy,
put her off too.
huh?
He put her.
Yeah, I'm trying, and this is so funny because she's going back on tour. Like I would love, I tried to do the Twitter thing.
Oh, I saw it.
Did you see it? I was like, yeah, I'd be a great host. Because I'd say I'd be a great host. Because then she said, she said, oh, Babyface. And I was like, oh, great choice. Now let's complete it with Louis Dix as the host. And somebody,
She
I think,
said that?
no, I said that. And then somebody wrote back, never going to happen. I think it was Jeff. But I got.
She was difficult though. She really was.
Yeah, she was.
But now
But she was so talented and. Because Tom would try to get her to do the Tom Jonas show. And the demands that she wanted, I mean, they weren't like over the top, but she would say, Tom, I'm just too difficult. And I don't want to break up our friendship. So I would decide not to do the show.
And that's
being honest.
Yeah, and that's why she's still. I mean,
That's
those
Detroit.
these icons, they just have a way of. I mean, pure talent has a way of staying.
But didn't Michael Williams used to manage her in the beginning?
Who?
Anita.
No, I don't know what stories you heard. He just told you anything, huh? I mean,
It was in the Jet magazine. That's all.
No, who told you that? Michael Williams barely
But then
managed
you have somebody like Patty who was just super fucking nice.
We just had a bomb threat.
Yeah,
in
and
Milwaukee.
she threw up.
Right, yeah, the throw up was a good one. The throw, I mean, and I felt bad. I kept watching it, but I just wanted to see her.
Somebody.
And the thing was, she kept her shoe on. For those who don't know what I'm talking about. But so okay now because people always wonder and shout out to Sinbad because I know Sinbad was important to all of us. He's getting better and better. Now I wanted to know because people say, well, hey, you were here, you moved now in the J spot. We still see a little of the J.
Yeah.
And you see your hat. But you
The
still
train
know.
that took over that.
Huh?
The train.
Who?
The train that goes through there now.
Oh, took over.
Yeah, where his spot is at.
Oh, it's the spot's still there though.
Yeah, spot is
the
just
building,
right.
yeah.
The building there, right.
Oh, okay. So now you owned that for how long?
We was there for 11 years.
11 years.
But I have to admit, I made a lot of mistakes. I think my biggest mistake was not listening to my son. We had picked out a building, and he said, Pop, you need to buy this building. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to buy it. And I didn't buy it.
I'm gonna buy this drop top Bentley right here.
With this
Fuck
Rolex.
fuck that building, son.
I gotta pay.
I got a floss.
I gotta pay this. I gotta pay this shorty's rent. You better
Make these clothes to go with this Bentley.
Not only did I buy a Bentley,
I need that suit.
I bought the biggest fucking Bentley where you could not go nowhere without
seeing you.
I mean, you could I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven in a Bentley.
And the thing
Right around the corner.
as long as we've all known Jay, I've never heard it say you need a ride.
Exactly.
Never, as big as that, as big as that Bentley was, you never heard, hey, hop in, man, I'll get you there.
But it was so weird. The Bentley, I think it broke down and ran out of gas on the 10. And you talk about people not willing to help. Man, And
Like
I
that
said,
nigga got a bit.
because I had to get back in the car.
Right.
That's good for your ass, nigga. Yeah.
You should have got a Prius.
Should have got a Prius. Bitch ass nigga.
Throwing extension cords out. Hey, plug that in.
So why didn't you buy the building?
I just thought renting would be a better thing, and I wish I had listened to him.
Because now the area is about to
Yeah, but it wasn't that area. It was, what was it, Terrell?
Downtown Inglewood.
In downtown
Oh
Inglewood.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
closer.
So now everyone say, okay, now Jay, the club is there no longer, but you're still writing and doing radio because you're on the radio with Steve Harvey.
Not no more.
Not more. Okay, so
Yeah.
he took you out now, but that was an interesting transition because you had just left Tom Joyner. You had been on for how long?
20 years.
20 years, and then you have a hiccup, and
I quit.
well, I'm just
That's a
I don't-
hiccup.
That's a hiccup. You know how you say we're going in another direction.
Yeah.
I feel you. But
Creative difference.
yeah,
Yeah.
you had a hiccup. I mean that you're not
We're gonna
done.
cruise on.
Yeah, you know, you try to get rid of hiccups so many different ways. You know,
right.
scaring you, blowing in the bag. But so Steve picks you up.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, Steve and I have been knowing each other for about 40 years.
Right.
well, we know because Steve.
Yeah.
Now, the with all respect, the word within the comedy, not from you, is that Steve morphed into you. You know, your cadence. Just like we always noticed that David Arnold always had the same cadence as Ends. Because they talked it, so that was, I don't know who was who.
Yeah.
If David, and most comics do that. We will feel somebody that we say.
That you,
And Steve did that. Steve just wore his suits better than you. He parlayed that into, but Steve always knew he was going to be a star.
Yeah, that's one thing. From when I started doing this, there were several people that I would hang around that talked success about what they were going to.
Mm-hmm.
Sinbad was definitely one, and Steve was definitely one, and but Sinbad was just, you knew he was going to be a star. I really just, from
Yes.
what-
And Steve had security. I was in
Yeah.
sports. What's the little sports shop? Big Five.
Yeah.
And I'm walking. Hey, Steve, and security guy jumped up behind the jock straps. I'm like, what? That's what you done, Steve? I'm like, I'm like, that's a star. This guy has his jock straps.
Yeah.
I think what Steve, it wasn't really a problem with Steve, but Steve moved himself away from the people with the security guards and stuff like that. And then you have comics nowadays who are way, way bigger than Steve now. Who don't, I mean, they have it, but they're not as menacing in terms of
Right.
7 foot. They all got on big ass hats and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So, that was just what Steve chose to do. you
Right.
know?
No, and he chose it and did it well.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because everyone in the comedy world was like, hey, he's got the same cadence as Jay, But then, so Steve you and him come back together. Did you have to change your cadence when you're on the show with him?
No.
Because these guys have to do it all the time with me because I have so much talent. They have to can't say
Allegedly.
that joke right now, Luke.
The only thing I felt was when I went over to Steve from Tom Joyner is that I got to talk less. And there were certain things that I thought I was going to be able to do over there that he didn't let me do. So, I mean,
So when talking less, that was an adjustment?
that was an
So
adjustment
can
for
you
me.
call him later and talk to Dan? 'Cause on our show, the whole thing is
We need y'all to
adjusting.
bond over that.
Yeah, because we try
But
to get
you
him
know
to
what?
understand.
You know what? I look at it like Steve, the very first writing job on a sitcom was because of Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
When he got me and the boys, me and Rashawn were, and I knew Steve before Rashawn did.
Right.
So he said, and I never forget it, and that was a bold move. We were sitting in the room, and he said, I'm going to do the show, but if you don't hire these two guys right here, I'm not going to do it.
Ooh, where we
And,
get that
you
from?
know,
Something happened last week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
he said, the guy said, well, we don't know who they are. I said, it don't matter.
Right.
These are my boys. And I've always, respected them doing that. Now, I ended up getting fired.
Yeah. But you got in.
But I got in.
Yeah,
And that's sometimes, you don't know how you're going to get in.
Absolutely.
But
Right.
getting in, and I always tell people, man, in terms of doing radio, like Rico never paid me a dime.
Yeah.
Not one penny. Never. Hey, let's go get something to eat. Never. But and you know, if you get in, if you could just get in, and you can show yourself, you can make some money. This is a career for you.
Well, what we understand is credit means more out here than money.
Oh yeah.
So because if people know that you work with Jamie or something like that, they're willing to hire you more than you just getting paid from Jamie. So that's why.
Yeah, and then you make a connection. I mean, I'm sure you've made it in terms of commercials. So
yeah, I did.
You go, well, how does he get? Because the next person doing a commercial knows Dannon, and who are they gonna call?
Yeah. Dannon told me a story about that once. About I think it was you where you said that you knew the director, and they said, "All right, I'm gonna put you in this piece." And every shot, you were next to the principal.
Yeah, that was actually the director. The funny thing, his name is Brian Billow, and he was up and coming. And one of my first commercials with him was a McDonald's spot. And what's crazy about it was something he wanted us to do at the end. Reggie Gasson was in the commercial and things like that, and he says, "Can you do me a favor?" And most directors never do. He said, "Can you give me a shout out?" Said, "The best commercial director you work with is," and here's a white guy in already, and I did it. And sometimes you don't know just by saying something little like that and not having an attitude. And I probably did about 10 commercials with him.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Now do you think it's now? I'm gonna, as if we're in the barbershop and nobody's watching. Okay. Do you think that you have more of that kind of attitude towards a white guy as opposed to someone that's like you that you might have? Do you see what I'm saying? Without saying it, but that's the question I'm asking everybody generically. But you know why I'm asking that. Okay?
I would say no because Jay said something just like you said. Steve said, "Look, I can't do this without them." There was a reason behind it. Right. So it's the same way if it's the reverse. If TDP comes up and says, "But Dannon, can you say this?" There's a reason why you're saying that. Right. And see, in the industry, people don't see that's not in it or understand it. They don't see that. So they don't see Jay going, "I'm willing to do radio for free." Nigga, why you working for free? Now the network for that nigga free. That credit alone.
Okay, I'm gonna keep telling you that. Somebody's sitting there asking you the question. So do you then afterwards when he got fired, should Steve have said no? He's staying. Steve had more pull then, right?
Well, he had another show called Big Time. It's kind of like.
The little kids show where he interviewed.
No, he had a show before that where he brought up different acts and stuff like that. So I'm doing the show. And we do the first run through, and at that particular time, I'm wearing suits. So the producer comes to me and said, "You can't wear a suit because Steve's wearing a suit, so it's not gonna look right." Both. I'm like, I wear suits all the time, so I ended up getting like a 2-piece, and I'm standing next to Steve, and I'm not putting him down, not. But you put both of us on stage, I'm going to shine. You know, I'm not going to say I'm outshine him, but I'm going to shine.
Right.
So the producer comes back and says, "Well, we don't want you on stage with Steve because it's Steve's show, so we're going to put you on the side. And then Steve will talk to you, like they do.
Were you the co-host at the time? Or
no, I was just like the sidekick or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he said, "Okay." So we do that show, and I'm on the side, and Steve's talking to me. He said, "That ain't going to work. We're gonna put you in the back of the room."
Back of the bus.
And Steve can see you and talk to you then. I said, "Okay, whatever," because And then the next day they go, "We're gonna have to let you go."
Yeah, this ain't working right now, yo.
They put you all the way out. Oh my God.
But sometimes something happens to you, like for you, I made fun of you with the show. He came back. He came back like, "I gotta show this nigga I'm funny."
Right.
And it wasn't for me, it was for him. So sometimes things happen, you go, okay, because it was like that with me with the Comedy Act Theater. I just could not get that room. I just never got it.
Yeah, that's a warm-up experience, too.
Yeah.
When you're doing warm-up in front of a celebrity, you have to give them the mic.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Cosby was gracious because that was, you knew to let him win. You knew to let the star win.
Right.
Whatever joke you might say, it's really a setup for them. It's
Right.
not about you.
But some stars don't mind you winning. See, that's the difference.
Yeah, but if you want them to win.
No, but
yeah, I know some stars.
You're not out there to win, but there's some guys that be like, "No, do your thing." Like when
For a minute, not every day.
When I did warm up, but when I did warm up for Moesha, they were
and
like
explain,
that.
But that was a different time.
Yeah,
that was a different time because it would be nobody else. The crew would respect you and watch you. Like now, everybody would try this. Oh, he hurt her feelings. They knew it was just between you and whoever that you were doing your thing.
Yeah.
They respected you doing your thing. Now everybody's like,
Well, the time is different. Yeah, but at that time, like in which we were talking about, when you did Warm Up for Moesha, I remember Brandy coming to me a couple of times because I think someone else had it for like 3.5 years and they was tired of him. And they replaced him. I don't want to say tired of him, but they replaced him with me. And she goes, hey, I really like how you know, because how some of the white producers would come over. They would be the ones be like, can you just keep it down? Just, don't be so.
Yeah,
And then, that's how they would do. Yeah.
I'm sure you had that too.
well, and that's,
And then she came over and be like, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you the time that happened. Anthony Brown is doing Moesha. This is when it's at the It's at the Prospect Studio.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. That was the main one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That when the original. That's over behind Silver Lake. That studio
Yeah.
over there. So it's the hottest show in the fucking world.
Right now, yeah.
This is when Rick James go to jail. J. Anthony Brown kept saying, "Good night, Rick," after the bell had rung to start the show. Burn them and leave. Good night, Rick. The whole night. The white. Could you kind of? But the crowd is going fucking.
Because they
crazy.
understood.
Yeah.
right, and that's the dance. That's the dance you have to have when you're doing warm up, because you
never know who you
talk,
go.
and then you got the white producers who say one thing, and then you got a black producer who say no, but that black
Yeah.
one is not the
Yeah.
one that's going to replace.
And you know when you're doing warm ups, whoever says something to you to do, you got to do it because you don't know who the fuck they are.
Right.
When I did Moesha, we had a DJ. She didn't want anything being played but Brandy's songs.
Right.
That's all she wanted. And I'm like, okay.
But see, you do also reach a point warm up where it's the good point of when you know which producers you're only listening to. It's like actually some news shows I would go and say, all right, excuse me. Hey, who am I listening to? Him and him? Okay, cool. Because somebody come up and say something, you're like, I'm not listening to you. I don't know you. I need you to do this. Hey man, I ain't handing out apples.
Yeah.
Right,
What
right,
shows
right,
did you
right.
do?
Oh man.
What show? Well, down the line? What shows you did?
I did Moesha. I did one over there at Prospect when I saw you destroyed. I got one over there, and Paramount Studios. I got one over there. That was when they was doing a pilot for Built to Last with Royal Watts.
Yeah, and I did that. Yeah, that was every new black sitcom. It was rolled, unless it was Jamie's because that was Speedy.
Yeah,
But,
Speedy.
and then the
did
white sitcoms, and then when I got to Disney, because once you lock into Disney,
You were in.
you
Yeah.
were- you
Now I
did
did Disney with Dave Chappelle. Had a show before he had the sitcom
Chappelle show. Yeah.
He was a bus driver or something like that. I did that show. I did the show with the two girls, the twins. I did that.
Oh,
the
the
Morris-
sisters.
Yeah. The worst show for me was In Living Color.
Yeah, I didn't live in color for a while. Speedy just did it. Yeah, they just
And
took too
because
long.
they would do it over and over, and by 1 o'clock, it's 6 people in there, and then the producer going, "Oh, we're losing the crowd. This motherfucker ain't no crowd."
I was built for warm up though. I could go 5, 6 hours. I was built for warm up. And the key is having a great.
What
DJ.
the hell?
Yeah, she just. What happened?
Oh, what happens is we have our producer who just decides that when
When it's
she's a
her
female,
turn.
when men are talking. Yeah, your wife will come in while you're watching the game.
And
Right
this
there's
is
the
her
time
song
when-
right here
this
we're
is her-
listening to.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah, she did this song.
Growing up as a bitch, I never understood why this motherfucking weed is so goddamn good.
Let's recap this. I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
Danny Green.
J. Anthony Brown.
And what's the name of the show?
In a man's world, tighten up your belt.
Okay, yeah, that's the name of the show. And right now we have
Pornis
Theo
report.
So we've done an hour, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
you have.
You got to leave?
No, I'm
Thank
good.
God.
I told her at first I'm just gonna do an hour, but I'm
Yeah, it's a
saying.
mechanic shop right out there. That's where his Bentley's getting serviced.
He ain't get a text yet.
Yeah. The car ain't ready.
Hey, but when he pulled up in the comedy act with that motherfucker slam the door, you motherfuckers ain't got one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody did go around like they did it at 5 Heartbeats.
But you know what's funny too? He would park it right there on Crenshaw in front of the club,
Yeah.
and everybody knew, like, it'd be guys running around there, dope fiends, everything. Nobody touched the car. You know what I mean?
But the funny shit when he get out, somebody say, "What year is that?" He said, "Nigga, what year we in?" Fuck that building. You tell my son I said so.
Go ahead, young lady.
Okay, so Elon Musk was booed at
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle's show
San Francisco.
He
this
got
past
booed.
weekend.
Yeah.
They brought him on stage.
Hey, I was thinking about
He's
that.
trying to do comedy now.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You're at a point where
Yeah.
you're such a star that you can pause your comedy and bring someone else on. That's how funny you are. I mean, that's just. I mean, Dave Chappelle he's definitely look.
But how he did it was so funny though.
He brought him on
He
at the
brought
end
him
of
on
the
stage
show.
and he said, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, get up for the richest man in the world." And then he said, he brought him on stage, and everybody was like, some people were clapping. It wasn't a lot.
They
It was
didn't know who
boos,
it was.
right? And then he booed him, and then Dave said, "These must be the Twitter people you fired." Everybody just started laughing.
And I heard that he got up there. Elon was like, "I'm rich, bitch."
Yeah.
You should.
He is.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's what I would have said.
That's what I say every time I get in my Ford Escape. Close that door. Hope that fender stay on. Go ahead.
So Cardi B recently has removed 95% of her butt fillers.
For what?
Oh, she had that stuff in there.
The Brazilian butt
She
lift.
had a
BBL.
alley.
Mic, hit the mic.
She had a hers was done in the alley. Like it wasn't. That's why she had to get it taken out because she had what they call it when they do it in the alley. I forgot. It's like a terminology.
Oh, so it's not an actual alley.
No,
Yeah,
but
because she came out and said that make sure that your blood is healthy and that you're going to a professional
so yeah,
doctor. So
Oh, wow.
apparently
they
she
just shot some stuff in her like
All
that.
right, go ahead. Because
She got it done in
I thought
Queens.
she already had ass before. Some
No,
of
she
these
didn't
girls
have one.
already have. No?
She said
No.
she said she had a flat butt and she felt pressured because she was a stripper.
Yeah.
And all the real big butt
she kept
strippers
falling
getting all
off
the
the
money.
pole. She kept falling off the pole. I guess.
Couldn't get her ass stuck in the
That's
pole.
my bad joke. Go ahead.
Well, these Brazilian butt lifts are dangerous
BBL.
if you're not doing them right. I think there's some where you can inject fat, your
Yeah.
body fat, take it and transfer it to your butt.
So is
but
she okay?
yeah, she's okay.
She's all right. Okay.
Yeah, she's okay, but
ain't got no ass.
she might have
Her
been
booty
having,
hurt though.
She ain't sitting down.
She ain't taking that finger.
Okay, so a new
Really?
Wait. I thought that was nice, man.
The finger? In a room full of men? No. It's etiquette
I'm
things.
pretty sure.
One of us, not one of. All right,
He's
somebody.
always just-
I see
he's
why
like
you got
that.
fired as a cook.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure she had a finger in her ass.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after
She was a
that,
stripper.
And a
and then
tongue.
after that, you cannot put your finger in her ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't understand that.
I concur.
I concur.
So you saying this is what it would happen?
You know, a lot of women. You know, a lot of women have died from. I don't understand it, but a number of women have died from that or been
yeah,
deformed.
because some have been putting semen,
They put
all
semen
kinds
in
of
her ass. Yeah.
all kinds of chemicals
Yeah.
that are dangerous to the body.
yeah.
Can we move to another part of the body?
I need ass.
Yeah,
wanna get
R.
one now?
Kelly. There's supposed to be
yeah.
a new R. Kelly album
I
That's
admit.
true. I
that's
heard
going
that.
Yeah.
Is
that's
that
going
true?
around, but R. Kelly denies that it
Of
ain't
course he
him.
is. Of course he is.
Yeah.
I
They-
got a
They
little bit
released-
of the song. I don't know if it sounds like R. Kelly. Let's
But
take
you
a
don't have no
listen.
instruments.
Let's
so
take a
my-
listen.
They had it on Spotify and they took it off.
9.
Stepping in there.
She's only 9. 9. 9.
You stupid.
All right, so does this sound like them?
I admit it was so hard to focus. I didn't go to classes. I admit that I dropped out of school.
That's Trey Songz.
I admit I just feel like retired.
That's the song.
I just don't feel like trying.
But you know what?
So R. Kelly
Let me
said
just say
it
this.
wasn't him to listen closely, that he feels like that doesn't even sound like
How did
him.
R. Kelly say that? He's in prison.
Let me just say this, man.
can speak
R.
through his
Kelly
attorney.
should be in jail.
Okay.
He really should be in jail.
Yeah.
What I think is bad is the way they're doing his music when everybody else who's done horrible shit.
Yeah.
Still got the play.
They're playing Rick James, they're playing Ike. The Cosby Show is back on television, and so you can't. For me,
Jerry,
you can't separate the talent
Yeah.
from the bullshit that you did.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Jerry Lee
Yeah,
Lewis
'cause,
is still
yeah.
in the Rock and
Elvis.
Roll. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still in the Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Everybody.
The who?
Yeah, because
that one.
Yeah, because you
He
got
said
to
Rock
be
and
able.
Robin Hall
No,
of
you
Fame.
got to be able to separate certain things, like your lemon pepper chicken. Really,
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on with the lemon pepper chicken.
Because the son was in the office. Pass me to the kitchen.
Yeah, so I mean,
Jay had good
I
food
don't know.
down there,
Nigga,
though.
the chicken is soft, nigga.
Hold on, Jay, you had good food.
When we first
Why the
started,
flat so hard?
When we first started, we had collard greens and rice.
Nigga, y'all was putting motherfuckers to sleep.
People were
They
going there.
was serving
People
that.
were going there for the food.
Man, and then the whole thing about it, you hosting, and they're like, yo, excuse me, like, okay, can you tell that waitress that we ordered like 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
Like, well, the show is almost over.
Yeah, that could have been a problem too, huh?
And then they bringing out the whole entree and shit. I'm like, okay.
Jay, the
It's
only
comedy and dinner.
Hey, the only problem I had with your club, Jay, is I did buy a watch and that motherfucker stopped. The
You want
Anthony
one
Brown
that
watch.
worked for a while?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Damn it. That motherfucker worked for about a week and a half. It looked good for a minute, though.
that's why he
'cause it
named
was
it
shiny.
Jay Stopwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was corny.
Jay, yeah, that was
That was corny. All right, listen. I'm sorry. Were you done?
No.
I'm sorry. We had moved on to comedy.
Now I know some of you may have
hysterical.
heard about Mark Curry.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it.
He alleges that he was harassed
You
No,
was
he was
not
harassed.
harassed.
in
I
a
saw it.
hotel.
Did you see it? I saw it.
Yo, menacing looking ass sitting in the lobby.
All right, here's the video. Here's the video.
You on an episode of Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Just show your ID,
Don't
Mark.
nobody know who the fuck you are.
Look at him.
Yeah, you know. You
All right,
look
so the
fucking
problem
weird,
is
you know,
I'm in a
and the
hotel
dude just
lobby.
asked, "Are you a
and
guest
this man
in the
wants to
hotel?"
see-
That's it. Move on.
I don't know what's
If you're a guest.
huh?
I'm just asking if you're a guest.
And I'm asking, are you a guest?
And you said no, I'm an employee.
Well, let me see some ID.
Not Kyrie
Got your
Irving.
backup. How you doing, backup?
I
Does
know
he
him.
See, the main thing is
Hello, backup. John, you've been here for 15 minutes.
already established
Right, they
that
don't
we
know.
don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's from the first
But
time.
you're
I
not
said
famous to everybody, though.
All right, yeah, okay. So first of all, I love Mark Curry, but we know he's not really a good actor. And you gotta keep that in mind. He's not. I mean, Hanging with Mr. Cooper was, we know what's Nell Carter carried that, and Dawn Lewis and Holly Robinson Pete.
Right.
They carried that show.
Raven
Mark,
Simone.
yeah, right.
She was 2.
Raven Simone carried that show.
She
I
did.
told
About
Mark.
7. Yeah.
She stood in for
and-
him a
and-
couple times.
And the little boy who was the little boy Tyler, that was his
Yeah.
character's name. So and Oakland, he's from Oakland. Now Oaktown has it's something else. You got to be getting hit a couple
The
times.
only person I know from Oakland is Hammer. And they don't know who the fuck Mark Curry is.
And Lunell's only
Lunell,
fan.
right.
E40. Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
Well, no, E40.
E40.
Yeah,
Too
He
short.
40, right?
So that's cool. That's
Too short.
Well, it
Yeah.
ain't Mark.
Yeah, that's interesting. If you put up all the Oakland people, it'd be a long list before him.
get the-
I mean, Marcus King. I mean,
But here's the problem. You're in, and I'm not going against Mark, but he's in Colorado. Nobody knows. He's in the white part of Colorado. Nobody knows who
I've
Mark.
been to
There's
Colorado.
a lot of Negroes.
Yeah,
in
and
Colorado.
then-
Yeah, but not with It depends where
not
you
hanging
at.
with Mr. Cooper
Yeah,
age.
or
They
not
went to
even-
Florida. but here's the thing too. When Mark said, the guy said, "You have a room?" No, I got a suite. It was the Corman Suites Hotel. Everybody has a suite. No, I'm saying I'm just messing. The Corman Suite was the old
It's
hotel.
a Wyndham.
No,
I think it was Wyndham.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want them to get in trouble. I didn't want to. Not that they would listen, but
Yeah, but when you have to go,
Well, the guys got suspended. The two employees that.
the guy got suspended.
Yeah,
Why
the
did brother
two
get
employees.
suspended?
Well,
That's
because
not even
everybody was
right.
flooding, because Mark told everybody to call in, and black people calling in saying this is racial discrimination.
The little kid was there because the young boy was there because the guy asked him to come over.
Right.
Because that's what Mark said. Mark said, "Oh, you brought I see you got the brother with you."
But that was the blackest guy working at the hotel.
Yeah.
That's
And they got. Oh, they
And then they
suspended
said
him.
the front desk teller, she was disrespectful.
Do you have a
She was the. She should.
Bitch, you checked
She,
me
yeah,
in.
she was the one that should have been in trouble.
Oh, she didn't remember?
She remembered him, but you gonna say that because
Well,
it's
you
an
back
issue.
you got to back up your employee.
Right.
So
But she could have killed the whole thing and said, "Oh, I checked him in. That was
yeah,
it."
Jay knows about backing his employees. Yeah, when they talking about I took some Hennessy. I was like, nah, I didn't. I took Grand Marnier. Can't even get it right.
All right, that's the end of mine. And now for Teeter's.
Oh, sports? We do a
ticker.
sports show, so bear with us.
It's called a segment.
Talk about playoffs.
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
I wish one of your guys had children if I could kick them in the fucking head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass. You won't do shit with you guys.
Oh, we look like the damn Bad News Bears.
Y'all just gonna make Patti LaBelle run off stage like that?
I said she was pregnant.
Again? Teeter Sports Ticker. Up. I'm gonna throw it around to the panel. Is Deion Sanders doing a great job by staying on and coaching his last game with a HBCU, going to a major, which will be a Power 5, in Division I college football? Is he doing the right thing, Jazzy? We'll start it with you.
Yeah, I mean, you want to elevate in your profession. And his goal is to get to, it's obvious to get to the NFL. He wants to coach an NFL franchise. So, I mean.
That's what he said he wants to be in the NFL.
But that wasn't a question.
Yeah, but he still.
Yeah, he said he thinks he's doing it right now.
No, he asked, should he coach the bowl game? That was TDP question.
I think he should.
Coached the bowl game already.
No, he didn't.
They got one more.
They
got one more. Yeah,
Yeah, they got one more.
Yeah, he should coach that. Why not?
But he's the first coach in history to coach two teams at the same time. It's just history.
So he should
going forward.
No, he can't. He shouldn't coach.
Going forward.
He should.
No, you gotta move forward. I mean, why do I want to play for him and he's leaving me?
Because
he's an interim coach. Coach is there.
I think he should do it.
Okay. Now, HUD 1, HUD 2, second question to Danny. Him bringing on other coaches inside the HBCUs to partner up with him. Now the portal's getting ready to open, and students are pulling out of the original schools that they committed to go to Colorado now. Is that a good thing that he's doing by bringing HBCU coaches along with him?
I think so, because the big thing everybody right now is doing is calling him a sellout. And the whole object is to get someone that's the leader that can bring someone else in and then have that tree grow. Absolutely. So by bringing that brother in from he went to Mississippi Valley, which is where Jerry Rice played.
Yes.
By bringing him in.
He brought a couple in.
Right, he brought a couple in, but that guy was, I guess, the big name because of the school, and his record wasn't that good, too. But by bringing him in, look what happens. Now, this guy comes in, you're going to have kids. They said he got a relationship with black kids down there, so you're going to have kids going to get a chance to go to Colorado. And other coaches. I mean, we keep calling him a sellout, but the whole object is to advance, to help yourself and other people.
And he brought the cheerleading coach along from Jackson State to be the cheerleading coach at Colorado.
And he might bring that brother that was doing all the interviews. I saw the he has that one black guy that does the interview.
The reporter.
Yeah, the reporter. Yeah. The reporter said, "Let me get a ride to Colorado."
Yeah.
So he might do that.
Well, and a good thing too is it's in Denver, right? So Mark Curry will have a place to stay.
It's in Boulder.
It's not a long drive. Not that far. Mark will have a place to stay. You can stay at the Players Hotel.
You've been Denver?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I like it. I like the audience. The audience is great.
It is the white woman capital of the world.
Oh yeah, you know.
Comedy works
next to Utah.
I never been in Utah.
Yeah, I'm in Utah too. Yeah. They got.
But if you want to get some, you go to Iowa.
Is that it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wow. So rude.
Hey, before we go any further, Larry Lala says hello, but he never books any of us on his show.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm doing it this weekend.
Larry Lala's for the best.
All right, Larry Lala. Danny,
what up, Larry?
Larry, I'll see you this Saturday.
Yeah, all right, cool. Wait, look out.
Comedy Club, the stand-up club. Oh, okay.
Big Christmas show.
Now, football. Jeff, your prediction for the Bears was 8-8. It was.
All right.
Is that a situation?
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
I called that wrong. But it's okay, though.
Danny Green.
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles. Where do you stand in your quest to be Super Bowl champions? Where do you stand with that?
If the defensive backs don't break down, I think we go.
Okay.
I think the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, I'm so happy for him because they wanted to get rid of him last year. And here's a guy that played at Oklahoma, played at Alabama, took both teams to the Final Four. He's a winner. So I think the Eagles are going to do that.
As long as Dallas don't go.
Now I got a question for J. Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
Go, Jay.
Who's the GOAT? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or LeBron James?
Oh my God.
Who's the GOAT?
Well, here's the thing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, this is just my opinion, was never as big social-wise because of what we have now in terms of the media.
Social media.
That LeBron is. You know, he was a great player, but, you know, the media has just changed the game now where you can be known all over the world.
Correct.
Just by you could walk in and people know. And Kareem never had that.
Yeah.
He just never had that.
Now, on the quest for being the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, will he solidify the spot?
Well, for me, the greatest basketball player, I have to go with two, would be Magic and Larry Bird.
Okay.
Ooh, and that's it.
That's classic.
And that's it.
That's classic.
Those two greatest to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, yeah, no, go ahead. This. He knows everything about basketball, so just let him say.
More than you.
No, don't let Danny go first.
More than you.
Yeah,
just
he
because you coach.
He knows everything. Go ahead, Danny.
Who's the greatest son?
Hey, your son is not important.
Kobe.
See, that's why we didn't.
Yeah,
want
that's
you to
why
ask
we
it.
don't ask
We
him,
won't
right?
it.
Now we know he got fired. Now we know why he fired him.
Yeah, he had one good thing, and that was buying the building.
No wonder
that was that. After that,
no wonder your club didn't make it, Jay. This motherfucker over there.
All right, go ahead, Jeff.
Danny first. Then
I believe.
No, change your round.
Who's
relax.
Your all-time? Why are you getting all nervous? Hitting the mic. Just relax. Let Danny answer this question.
Who's your all-time starting five?
Okay, that's not where we are.
Okay.
If Dannon's now, you know he's going to give a long answer. We were keeping it short with two.
I've been doing well thanks to the chat room.
Yeah.
Thank you. They had your back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't think I watched the show a couple times.
Chat room therapy.
Oh yeah. I know exactly what the chat room said last week.
Yo, my man.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
You know what was funny about last week? Real quick. I knew I wasn't going to say much. And the chat room first said, well, we're happy Dannon ain't here because he never lets no one talk. And then the same guy came back like 10 minutes later. Why Dannon ain't talking? And then the guy came back again and said, no, well, I see why he ain't saying nothing now. So I was like, okay, I played it right.
It out,
I knew what to do. But I think the greatest, here's the thing. Kareem, to me, is probably the greatest.
Really? Okay.
He won at every level. They changed the game for him in college. He couldn't dunk.
Yeah.
Remember, he couldn't play senior. You know, they couldn't play. They had to play JV.
Freshman.
Yeah, right. They had to play freshman. What, freshman ball? What, 2 years?
Freshman couldn't play.
Right.
Freshman,
And on top of it, he played in an era where he had only one position to play, and they had big men at that time. So he had one shot, two shots. You know what I mean? But Michael was more, glamorized, you know what I mean, because of how he looked. To me, LeBron is, I think it's Kareem and LeBron.
Okay.
If you look at the numbers.
Says, some people say Kobe.
Nah, Kobe's not.
Kobe
was Mike. It was different if it was different.
Great, don't get me wrong.
But Kobe was Michael.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Mine will have to go with, and then he old school, it would have to be Wilt Chamberlain.
The Big Dipper.
Because
that's a good point.
Back then, Wilt did everything. You're never going to have no one average over 50 points and 50 rebounds.
But he was playing with ninth
Yeah,
grade.
he was.
But you're still not going to have nobody do that, though.
Tallest guy.
Exactly.
The only guy he had was Bill Russell. That was the only one that he had.
But you're still not going to have,
you're right.
to this day, you're still not going to have no one to come and average 50-50.
That's good. Well, that's good. Is that it?
Go ahead, Luke.
That was Teeter Sports Ticker.
You say
You
it's so
didn't
soft.
say who yours was.
He don't have one.
If it ain't 76ers, it ain't him.
Yeah.
I'm a Sixers fan. I'm Philly all the way.
He going to go with Daryl Dawkins.
Dawkins was tough.
Yeah, he was, though. He was a beast. Go ahead.
Why is he mumbling over there?
So your son, that's your medication. So
That meth kicking in.
He didn't took yours. He took the wrong medication. He went in your pile. Like,
My man said Kobe or nothing.
Still playing at a high level at 40.
Terrell
Okay,
did not
so I'm Louis Sticks. Oh, say your name.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
Danny Green.
J. Anthony Brown.
And what a treat to have Jay
Yes.
just join us. Jay took the time. He was a surprise guest. We didn't know.
Well, it was better that you didn't know, because had I said I was coming,
You wouldn't have come.
Yeah, when he tell you he coming, he don't show up.
Oh, when he walked in, I'm like, who owes him money? I like, this is a J. Anthony Brown. Like, then when his son walked behind, I'm like, somebody coming out of their pocket before we leave here. But because we knew he wasn't coming to really do a show.
So now, can we tell the story now?
What story?
When you were supposed to come and host at the Regency,
Yeah, you can tell it.
Why you didn't show?
I got sick.
He had COVID. He had COVID.
Sick of you.
What?
This is a while back.
He was supposed to come host the show at the Richie
the little show that we were doing.
Not for you, it was a little show. It was
Yeah, I only did.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I see why you done. Because Keith Morris. Anytime Keith Morris is booking you, there's a problem with your career. There's a problem. That's just like Vince Devereaux. No, I'm just kidding. Because I read Vince Devereaux and I think Dannon. Aren't you guys going to Korea or something?
No, we're going there with Daniel Dugard and D-Lay.
D-Lay, that's going to be a great show.
Yeah, I leave next
Really?
week. Yeah, we're going to Korea
You
first.
doing Army bases or something?
Yeah, we're doing New Year's Eve in Korea, 3 shows in Korea, and then we're going to do 8 shows in Japan.
That is great.
Yeah,
man.
Daniel Dugard's like now. I wanted to ask Dan, does he wear those same suits? Because I've toured.
Dugard, yeah.
Does
You know,
he
you
wear
can
the
get
same-
suits made over there.
Oh, we're going to get 2 in Korea. I'm going to get 2.
Oh, I got. That's
Okay.
where all my
Yeah,
ex-wife got
yeah.
her diamonds and stuff.
How many times you was married?
Once. You? How many times?
Well, we don't.
Yeah. Okay, so hey,
In his comedy, he's still married.
in my comedy, I'm still married because it works.
Yeah,
it's just work. But
Now you still married now? Right?
no, code 3. That's my.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You're not married now?
Well, his comedy is. Well, how many months is it now? 842.
No, 336 months. I'm month to month in my marriage. You can be whatever you want.
Okay, yeah.
If I have to do another year, somebody's gonna die.
Yeah. You're killing somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. So now you've been married how many?
3 times.
3 times. Now which wife is that?
Neither one.
Oh, that's side piece. All right, side piece. That's why he's mumbling.
His mama was not a side piece.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's a side piece, son?
Hey, Terrell,
But here's the thing. I got three kids, 3 baby mamas. So what?
Whoa. We can't let you slide because if a woman's in our boss lady, if a girl came and sat here and said that, we would be like, All right.
I'm just saying.
Now, all right, let's go with the first one.
Are we judging? That's what we do.
Yes, that's what we do here.
Trust me, Jay. That's what they do here.
We judge, man. Look at our careers. That's all we got is judging. It's not like we made it.
Okay, that's my first. That's my oldest.
And were you married to your mom?
No.
How old were you? You were young, right?
I was 17 or 18 years old.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's cool. That's a pass.
The pullout game was
now.
weak.
Wait a minute. Now when you so you were in
no pullout game.
I was in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, you were in school.
Yes, I was in school when his mom got pregnant.
Okay, so now that news hits you because it was an old school phone call. Was it in person?
Rotary.
Okay, and what's that? How's that comment? Hello? Did you know right away something was going on in her voice?
Yeah, I knew she was pregnant, but
how'd you know she was pregnant?
And he wear condoms.
The fuck? Yeah,
exactly. He knew where he shot it.
I believe this condom in the car.
I was 18 years old when Carolyn, his mom, got pregnant. And I've since apologized because I did not act right. Mm-hmm. But I was 18 years old. I mean, I'm not saying that's an excuse.
But you sure bringing it up. The fuck?
Can we talk about somebody?
Okay, only reason now I know that this is the thing, as a man. And that's why comics love each other. And
sometimes we love each other.
Right, exactly. But it's the truth that sets you free in the sense of that you took the time to say, I apologize as a man. I mean, Danny did that not too long ago on the show where he had a girl that was really a good girl, but he didn't follow up. And we've all done that. I've done
but you don't have no kids.
No, I have no children.
No, yeah, he's... Yeah.
You get kids?
Yeah, he's got, but his son doesn't like him. But if he had owned the J spot, trust me, his son would have been working for him.
Well, there's been times when my son didn't like me.
No, they not supposed to. That's
I've gotten my share of fuck yous from my
right, but
see, he ain't experienced
I have. I'm sure my daughter jumped out of the car and walked off and said, "I'm walking home."
Terrell said, "Fuck you" to the comics and called us Jay.
But no, the thing is that my thing, that the honorable thing is that he's present to hear that. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That's parenting. He's present to hear that. That's all of us. So you're present as a father to hear that gripe, and still his son walked in with him. He didn't exactly. He's not on the corner saying, "Can you watch my car? My dad's dead. Can we watch your car?" I always think that's the funniest sign when somebody. Yeah, my dad's dead. Can you help bury him? Help wash the car. Man, no, this ain't gonna help you, man. My car is not that dirty.
But I gotta say this though. I don't know what happened with your nephew. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he drinking a lot though.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he comes to my bar.
Damn, Jay snitching.
Yeah, he did the same thing to my son. Hey, your son snitch drinking. I was like, yeah, we know that as parents.
I haven't. Now he's seen him. Yeah. I have not seen my nephew.
Okay. Yeah. So you got it together. So you now, Mom, you're a dad now. So this is your first child at 18. You're not doing comedy now, right?
Yeah, I was doing comedy.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So where
I started when I was 19 years old.
Wow. Okay. So how do you handle that? What happens? What's the process?
Well, I was doing a lot of clubs on the road. I was driving, and I remember, like I said, we were talking about this today. I probably wasn't there with my kids. I know I wasn't there. I wasn't there. But I do remember going on the road with all of my kids. Mm. And what was, for me, the most touching thing is I lived in Atlanta. My kids lived in Columbia, South Carolina. And from time to time, I'd go pick my kids up. And this is just something I just figured this out maybe a couple of months ago. Driving back home with my kids to drop them off, three kids, 3 baby mamas. None of those kids wanted to be the first one dropped off.
That's good.
They always wanted to be the last one. Wow. Now he lived the closest, so he got dropped off first. Mm-hmm. And the other one, there's one lived in Camden, which is like 50 or 60 miles. But it's just like, I remember that, and I can understand as a dad, like a faraway dad where you're not there. I can understand how some guys go, man, I don't want to see these kids, because the drop-off, the drop-off is a motherfucker.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, the drop-off, and then you got to drive back.
By yourself.
Yeah. And if you say you don't have kids, but that drop-off is hell. And he experienced it when he had kids, so he knows what I'm talking about.
You got dropped off first. That was a tough. The reason they didn't want to get dropped off is they know the last person got the most money. You be in the most pain.
You thinking of you first? Like I must be the one he don't like.
You know what's so weird about it? I can remember doing things.
I must have got on his nerve.
This nigga quit.
He not even driving to the house. I gotta get off at the corner.
I remember the stuff that I did with all my kids, and not only my kids. It's like I go pick him up, and he like 15 or 16 nieces and stuff like that. And I never forget one time I went to pick him up, and he said, well, what about Cotty? That was his cousin. I said, Terrell, I can't feed Cotty. And he said, Cotty can feed himself.
He got more money than you, nigga.
Yeah, we just need a ride.
That's my road dog.
I think
look at this Bentley, nigga.
The memories that I had when I was on the road with my kids, I never had that with my parents. I never had the road trip or going. Like I never went to the movies with my mom. I mean, one time maybe.
Yeah, I went to the movies one time. My mom, I saw a cowboy flick.
Yeah, but the things that we did, we went to the. I never did that with my parents. So even if I wasn't there were times that we had great times.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, was the grandfather experience as nice as they say it is? That you can give him back, but I mean, do you enjoy being a grandfather?
No.
No, not at all.
His son.
Your grandson.
My grandson. His nickname is Never.
Never.
I'm sitting there. I said, Brayden, come here. That motherfucker said, Never. I said, you know I can't catch you. That motherfucker said Never. I mean, like clear where you like. Now where you gotta go? What'd you say? I heard what the fuck you said. Never.
So that's good. You get to know your grandkids. They just at least your son won't let you drive them anywhere. Hey, don't like he's gonna drop you off first. So, but now you now are doing your stint. Now I've seen you out on the road with George and Mark. What are you doing now? What are you doing? What's J. Anthony Brown?
I do assisted living. We'll probably go back.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Okay, that's really a bad show. It is really. I mean,
I like the show.
I love you, but now you're good. But my man, I'm glad they took the stump off you. But the other guy, Neem, Naeem?
No, don't talk about Naeem. Naeem was good. That's
No,
my man.
he is not good on that show.
He's doing
I
okay.
like him. He's a great guy, and I'm a fan of his. But if he was sitting here, I'd tell him the same thing. He needs some acting lessons because he doesn't listen well. Jay is funny. He can go. I'm glad he took the stoop off you. That was ridiculous.
The hand.
Yeah.
I love the
But
hand.
you might as well have got one on the foot too. I'm like, what are they doing here? So just put one on the foot and one on the hand. But no. But I clown. But anytime Tyler Perry called me, I'd be right there. I'd be insistent. But the kids are horrible. It's really not a good. You're the best cast on the show. It's not. I'm sure when you saw the first table read, you was like, oh man, this ain't.
We don't have table read.
There you go. That
sums it up.
There you
Show
go.
up.
There you go. Okay, so go ahead. Continue telling us. I'm sorry. Assistant living. A lot of people love. A lot of people, old people like it.
People like the show.
Yeah, people who are bedridden.
I love
people who are
But see, this is coming from a man who don't have a show.
Yeah,
right. Absolutely.
Who's not doing the warm up for a show?
Not even doing the warm up.
Hey, y'all don't even have a table read.
I look at it like this because I was telling somebody the other day. The way I got the show was my agent called me and said, Mr. Perry is doing a show. In this part, Vinny, you'll be perfect for Vinny. Well, I don't know if you guys been auditions. You just at some point you go, man, fuck this. Yeah. I'm tired of auditioning.
Yeah, give me the part.
If 16 people, they need a waiter. Everybody in there dressed like a motherfucking waiter.
Yeah.
And it's the same. You see people that just come off a major movie,
Right.
sitting in there
Yeah.
trying to get that waiter gig because there's nothing else for them to do.
Right.
There's
Yes.
no jobs. So she said, you got to go audition. I said, I'm not auditioning no more. If they want me, they call me. And obviously nobody wanted me, so because ain't nobody called me. Not a soul. And so she said, if you do this, I swear I won't ask you to do another audition. I said, I'm not going to go. I'm not going. She's like, please, just go. It was in L.A. So I go to do the audition. And the part is Vinny. And you know how when you can hear other people auditioning. So I'm sitting by the door and I hear the white guy. I'm like, this motherfucker is not Vinny. Now I know I might not get the part, but I know he ain't getting that part. Right. And then the next person to go in is not David Arnold, the one that's a cop. He was a police officer.
David,
He said not David Arnold.
No.
Not
David,
yeah.
Yeah.
David Rayvon.
David Rayvon.
Oh, Rayvon. Oh, David went in for it. Oh.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But he wasn't that.
But no, he's not.
No.
Yeah.
Not that day.
So he's in there, and I'm listening to him. I said,
He ain't getting that
Nope.
so I go in, and auditions are horrible for me. I've always done bad.
Now, who's in the room you're auditioning for?
I can't. I'm gonna say, and if I say it, you'll know. It's one of the bad hair casting agents, which there was several of them, women who just never fucking comb their hair. I can't.
Okay, it's not Kim.
No,
it's not Kim Coleman.
No, it wasn't Kim Coleman. No. But anyway,
it's not Kimberly Williams.
I don't know who.
Robbie.
No,
Nah,
Robbie. I've auditioned for her like 7 times.
I mean, Robbie Reed's never hired me, bro.
I never got a part.
I've been in at least 8 times.
And
I told my agent not to
lived in
send me
the
in
same
there no more.
neighborhood.
Okay, all right. Just,
Never.
hey, it's coming. You guys might want to just hold your water, okay? Because I mean, not that she listens, but hey, you know.
Get back to her.
Nah, I never got it. But go ahead.
So I go in and I audition. I killed it. I really did good. And so you know, if you go on an audition, you go, I know I did good. I might not get it, but I did real good. So I go home, and Tom is wrapping up the Tom Joyner show. So he's got one more show to do. And we kind of fell out. But Sybil calls me and said, will you come and do the last show before Tom goes out there? I'm like, yeah, I ain't mad no more. Fuck it. So I go and I do the show. And we had a great time. You know, we just kind of fell back into the bits and stuff. The last guest is Tyler Perry. He's the last guest, you know. So I'm saying, well, I know I auditioned, so I'm thinking, do I ask him while we're on the air, or do I ask him when we finish?
Right.
For me, the best thing was not to put him on Front Street.
Had you ever met him?
Yeah, he used to come. He used to come when he would have a movie. he would come to the Tom Joyner show, and we do it in L.A. If I was in Atlanta, it's just me and him sitting in there. So he knew who I was.
Okay, and did you have to call him? I heard a thing that you have to call Mr. Tyler.
Only when you work for him.
You have to call him Mr. Tyler.
Yeah, before it was Tyler. Yeah, Mr. Perry.
It's Mr. Perry now.
And does the profanity thing still go?
No, shit. He told me that when he was directing, there were certain things he told me to say. Yeah, so he wasn't a stickler for cursing and all.
Okay, so all right. So what happened? So you're there.
So I'm there. I do the show, and Mr. Perry, because I'm still getting a check. Mm-hmm. At the end of the show.
You have to call him every time you refer to him.
Yeah.
That's in your. Is that in a contract?
You can fuck around. You know, you ever heard that saying, fuck around and find out?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck around and find out if you want to. I hear you, Jay. Jay said, don't be trying to mess up my motherfucking cash.
Right.
No, but that's the thing that I heard.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I've heard. I'm waiting to witness it because I got my Mr. I'm going double.
That's the
capital
street,
MR.
street terminology there. Fuck around if you want to.
So
I've heard that when he did Craig's show, the Late Late Show, that was the thing that went around. They said he doesn't like profanity. You can't curse around him. And he had all that around him, and you couldn't say nothing like that around him. So
it depends on
who
you. I mean, this goes way back when you couldn't smoke.
You know him?
When you couldn't smoke cigarettes or on the set. One time I was doing a warm up and George Burns just walked on with a cigar. Yeah. And everybody's like, it depends on who you are. I saw him at the Grill Awards. I did the warm up. He is so smooth. Yeah.
I got fired from that show. I was supposed to be a guest, and they come.
With Byron Allen?
Yeah.
Mr. Iron.
They called me and said that they're not going to have anybody on the show who already has a show on another network. So I got an invitation, and then it got pulled.
Wow.
He didn't want to pay
back
you.
to the story.
Yeah.
So
he didn't want to
he's
pay
the last
you.
guest. I said, he's the last guest. I said, well, I'll wait till the end of the show when we've done the interview, and I'll ask him about the show that I know he's doing, which is assisted living. So I said, hey, Tyler, because you could say Tyler then. I heard you got a new show. Could you put a word in for me? He said, you have to audition. I said, well, I already auditioned. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. He said, who'd you audition with? And I told him, I can't remember the lady's name. And he said, okay, all right. And then 2 days after that, they called me and gave me the part.
Man.
Wow. So you think that would have happened if you didn't speak up?
No.
I think he did. You know what's funny? That's interesting because when we put ourselves on tape, we assume that this person behind there is going to get it to, you know what I mean? Because it's never really the main casting person.
They would never have seen it.
Right. So wow.
Yeah,
so if you didn't say nothing, he might.
That choice would have been between the casting director.
Yep, and him.
And him. And he said, well, I got such and such. He probably could have never seen me. But once I said something, but let me see Jay's audition, and then that's how I got it.
Wow. That means obviously they didn't give you a tape to him because there's no way they wouldn't have not, especially with you being on Tom's show. It would have been no way they didn't know who you were.
What the
heck?
That's code 3.
Oh wow!
She's a choo-choo train.
A choo-choo.
We're gonna get into the next segment, you guys.
Hey, code 3. Hey, code 3.
Hey, what are your favorite JFD?
I know.
Oh, thanks.
Don't you hate? As comedians, we all have this. You're never their favorite.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're not. You're the ones buying, paying money.
Yeah. You
but
the
that
funniest.
Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
She hung up. She's got a gun and badge. So
All right, here's our videos.
she's a cop.
Oh, your wife is a cop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we have a couple videos before we get out of here. This was one someone in the chat room brought up and wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, what is
Still
this
playing at a high
about?
level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
That's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what
He
you
wouldn't
do.
let him talk.
Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got
so
3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than
way
you.
Better.
Skip, what does that got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No,
when you-
I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal
time
shot
out.
at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal.
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have at it.
Okay,
Take off, bro.
I'm going to have at it because I'm going to have that.
See.
Well, they both were right. They were both right. You know. Yeah, Shannon is it's a show that for me it works with the both of them.
Yeah.
It works with the both of them.
I think Shannon Sharp is trying to save face because they've been on him. They've been calling him a sellout lately. So I think him and Stephen A. have been all of a sudden.
All of these shows, and I can tell you in the last 6 or 7 years I started watching sports because I really don't know a whole lot. I'm really upset when all of these shows have a white woman anchoring all of these shows.
Yeah, she's a moderator.
Not only that, on the sideline, it's a white woman.
Yep.
And I'm just saying there's got to be enough knowledgeable sisters about sports that none of these shows have. His show has a white woman. Stephen A. Smith's show has a white woman. You look at some of these sports shows, there's a white woman. They go to halftime on the sideline. They're all white. Yeah. That's my only problem with sports.
Well, one of the things, we have to, just a little correction. They have, Molly is, I believe, mixed.
No, she's not mixed. She's what? She's like, I don't want to say from India. She's got.
She's an ethnic.
Yeah. She's
I know, but then also Pam Oliver was the first one. Yeah, the sister that we all love.
Well,
but they did move her.
Jane Kennedy.
Okay.
Well, that was years ago. God damn.
Yeah, we Jane Kennedy.
Yeah, she was the first one.
Yeah, and then of course Maria Taylor.
But then lately they've been moved out.
Right. Yeah.
They've been and and there should be a black girl singing the Monday Night Football song.
Oh yeah,
how long is that white girl gonna sing that?
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Sure. Football.
Actually, I like her.
You like?
I mean, I don't like her, but I like
her.
Ready? I got the boots. She wears some nice boots. Her boots are jammed. Okay, go ahead. You have another video?
Yes.
That first one was just useless.
This is what the internet is. The internet has made it.
Who's the dancing bear?
The internet has made it so won't give a shit.
Like that meth kicking in like a motherfucker.
Is that salt and paprika?
But you have to say to yourself, which is worse?
The fuck?
Her making the video or
us watching
9 million motherfuckers watching it?
And making it go viral.
Yeah, making it go viral, right.
Salt and paprika, nigga.
Jay, can I ask you a question on that? Jay, may I ask you a question, Jay? Speaking on that, how do you feel, especially being the vet who you are in the comedy game, what is your take on that, where people are getting successful from or making money from like viral stuff, but
it's.
What do you think?
I look at it like it's changed.
Yeah,
it's changed. I mean, 20 years ago, you had to get on the Johnny Carson show to be a success. Yeah. If you didn't get on that show, and blacks didn't get on that show, and they weren't they weren't accepted. Then it changed from the Chitlin circuit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the Chitlin, you don't have to do the Chitlin circuit anymore. Right. So I mean, for me, how am I going to hate on a motherfucker that puts up videos 4 times a day? Yeah. And he becomes successful. Right. For me, the game has changed. Yeah. Right. And what's stopping you from making a video?
Right.
Yeah.
And back then, going there, not only had you get on Johnny Carson, but you had to get to the couch.
Yeah, you had to get there.
You had to get to the couch. They always said if you made it to the couch, you were going to be a star.
But they wouldn't let blacks do. He wouldn't do.
Very few made it to the couch.
Well, shout out to wait, real quick. Shout out to John Hinton.
What's up, John?
Who made it to the couch?
He did make it to the couch. He did make it to the couch.
He did with Tony Bennett.
All day long. Look at you knowing your history.
Come on, man.
Man, I thought you was just a comedy theater guy.
Wow. I'm a historian.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't know who you were.
I love you, granddad. Give me a hug, man.
Oh, man, get on with me here, because I brought you some damn shit. Nigga, you are crazy as hell.
I can't get a hug.
Nigga, you don't be hugging on no player, nigga.
Who's he
you can't put that shit on the internet. Boss ass nigga like me hugging on a something. What's wrong with you, boy?
You my granddaddy, man.
I can't help it, boy.
Is that Jeff? That's how you are. I'm a thug. I'm a player. I'm this. I'm that. That's ignorant. That's just
He's
ignorant.
telling his truth though.
No, it is. That's his awkward. That's his awkward, non-getting love himself truth.
That's you.
That's because nobody ever hugged him, and now he's passing it on.
You know who hugged him?
Evidently, somebody hugged him the wrong way. I don't know what I meant by that. But
You should
go ahead.
go hug him.
Huh?
You should go hug him.
No, I'd talk to him. I'd listen. You need someone to listen. All right, go ahead.
But why you got to compare him to me though?
Because sometimes you get that way.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to say I'm sorry.
And there was an awkward feeling all through the room.
And that's what happened. And that's what happened the other day at coaching. We coached in the little fifth grade. We got this one coach that's always yelling and embarrassing these kids, 9 and 10-year-olds. And none of the other coaches stepped up. So yesterday, the kid is playing aggressive defense, and the kid hits the kid and says, "I'm sorry." And then the coach is like, "What are you saying you're sorry for? You're not supposed to say you're sorry. You're supposed to be in it. I don't care what you don't have to say." I was like, hold on. It's okay to say you're sorry. Because sometimes saying you're sorry might save your life.
Yeah.
All right? You out here in the streets thinking you in this little private area, and you're going to try to tell him to stay all tough. You're going to say it to the
you
wrong
might tell
kid.
him.
You need a
bring
phone
that
call.
thing.
We gotta call your boy up.
The story is,
Bring that thing.
I need help.
Yeah, bring that thing.
This one little referee was really physical and aggressive with me, and I was a little hesitant. So I called my thug friend Jeff and said, "Could you come out to the gym?"
Now, did he really?
And then I said, "Bring that thing."
Didn't mean the gun or something like that?
Huh?
A gun or something?
Yeah. No, you know what it was.
Yeah, because he has that thing. He's bragged about having that thing. So I figured I don't have that thing. I might as well call somebody that got that thing. Because this young guy might have that
But
thing.
ain't you supposed to fight first before you call your backup?
No.
That's what I thought. You know,
Not when you have somebody who has that thing.
But he didn't know he had the thing. He just assumed.
He knew he had it.
No, he called him. I'm saying.
But then he has no street etiquette at all because as soon as I walk in, he's like, "Yeah,
That's him
right there." Yeah,
he got the gun
right there.
All right, let's move on to the next video. It's enough of our guests.
All right, what's this?
Every man has 2 lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
What's this?
Wow. A happy person wants 10,000 things. A sick person just wants one thing, right? So it's your unlimited desires that are clouding your peace, your happiness.
That's it. What happened?
Philosophy.
Yeah, well, no,
you know what that is?
It made me think of. Well, it made me think of. We're at an age. I mean, we were young. We thought we were invincible. And I know I had a diverticulitis. I was in the hospital for 3 days. I couldn't.
What is that?
That's when you have a blockage in your bowel. And
in other words, you were full of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. And my kids got more concerned than I was like, I'm gonna, but they were like, now they're like monitoring what I eat and all that. So I thought about that. Yeah, that made me think about.
Well, that reminds me of the guy, and we've all been there, of the guy who's like, you go to a party and he says, "In the black man with the deep, and we need to get it," and you go, "I think I see my friend."
I want to hear this shit all night.
See the white man.
That's the worst dude in the world. Yeah. Man at the white man. Yeah. He's the worst to talk to you.
See, we the black people, man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I seen this one. Yeah.
Somebody got a hell of a cleanup job.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
I didn't even see him. He didn't even do nothing.
No.
Oh, he did.
No, he walked away.
He got time off.
Oh, he got out of that?
Yeah, he walked away.
But look at the whole thing fell.
Yeah.
That was a setup. Look at that.
Oh, shit.
Man, I won't be going to lunch.
How they all fall, though?
Who stacked this shit?
What do you mean you can't find my paperwork?
Help me.
But I get
he didn't touch the other stuff, yeah.
Oh, that's him right there. Help me.
But I get overtime now. Shit.
He's fired.
No injuries.
Yeah, you can clock. When that happens, you can like, I think I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going to holler at y'all.
Yeah.
Glad I don't work graveyard.
That's what you going to say. I'm going to holler. I'm going to go ahead and holler at y'all.
In fact, you could actually say, I'm out this bitch.
I'm out this bitch.
Go to my locker.
He's saying everybody would understand.
Yeah.
I get back with y'all. I get back with y'all.
Y'all said no overtime. So
Yeah.
No.
Hey, let me get back with y'all.
Your thoughts on this video?
No, wait. Hold up the video. Jeff, why you?
What's this one?
What?
Why you? The joke was flowing. And you hit the last. You didn't have to go to thing.
Here we go.
He always got the.
He's a comedy police over here.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Little baby with stacks of money with his son.
Okay, what street they on?
Dig it.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, pull up. What that?
That's why the rappers be getting hit like, why? I mean, I don't understand it. Yep.
Hey, drop the Addy.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let's move on. That's just stupid.
Oh, I'm not a bad parent for doing that.
Oh wow.
No, if you were doing that, I'd be your best friend.
All right.
Did you send that video?
No.
Oh, what's the? Oh, you know what? This is 48 hours. Whenever you see a nigga do that on 48 hours,
we gonna tell.
It's over with. He gonna tell every day.
Can I have another Coke?
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing, bro. I'm just here because y'all said y'all was looking for me.
Well, here's the deal. We have evidence of you being the last person at the crime scene.
I didn't shoot nobody, bro. That's what I'm saying. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Listen, I know you didn't do this, but I need you.
I'm not no fucking snitch is what you don't understand, bro. Like, bro, this is my best fucking friend, bro. I can't, bro.
Marquez Jackson?
Yes, bro. I don't feel like saying this type of shit, bro.
If you were jail time, man.
Lil D just had 2 babies. No, bro. No, you can't go to jail.
Lil D? That D on purpose?
All kind of names.
Yeah. He telling
Bro,
everything.
I said shit over, bro. Like, I'm done with this, bro. Man, them don't be on no gangster shit. I don't even respect
In a telling position.
I think somebody else need to look into it. Zach, hold on.
They feed him?
I know what you're saying, but the music is a cover up.
What kind of chips is these?
To Atlanta without them knowing. Remember I said that. Well, my mama done bought weed from them too.
Are these certain chips?
But you know the fucked up thing is though, Alex Thomas did that like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a bit? A
Yeah.
comedy bit?
Yeah.
I saw Ashley Larry did one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably a bit, huh? You think?
No,
it was
it's
a
real.
bit.
Yeah.
No, it was a bit. It was a skit. It was a
Yeah.
TikTok thing.
Oh,
But
okay.
Alex Thomas did it like 6 years ago.
Oh, that was a TikTok thing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then who didn't recognize that before we showed it? Aren't we supposed to have people that spot this kind of stuff?
Anyway, next video.
All right, what's this one?
Gassed out on the plane. You know what I'm saying? You know? Look at all this gas. Yeah, smoke.
That's gotta be Spirit.
Look at that shit.
He's actually smoking on the plane?
out right now.
He lit up a blunt on the plane.
What happened?
Lit
He
up
lit
a
a
blunt
blunt.
on the plane.
Wow.
Got high on the plane with him.
And when he landed, he be arrested.
Okay, can you?
Yeah, that's federal.
Yeah, it is.
All right, one more.
Walk, 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 spin, 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 spin.
I can't do this.
Spin, spin, stepping and slide
Half
down.
punk entertainment.
I got niggas hiding from their own damn block. Walk, 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 walk.
Knee high music.
Spin, spin.
She can get hit though.
Oh wow.
Lil Pony Pictures presents.
Little Pony Pictures. TDP.
So you'll hit that, Daddy?
Yes, ma'am.
See?
All right, let's go around.
Remember
the room.
remember there was one in LA. Go ahead.
Would you hit that? Jeff, would you hit that?
Would you hit it, Jeff?
I'll hit it in a half an hour.
No, TV. Well, Jeff, would you hit it?
I do a split with her.
Would you hit it?
I'm hit it.
I'm hitting it.
Thank you, Jay.
I hit it playing too short.
Would you hit it?
Depends on. We got to be in another scene.
Oh, you know.
Wait, man, let me look at it again.
What is wrong with that?
Yeah, she just ain't tall. That's an ass right there.
That kneecap, man.
And she can't dance.
I got niggas hiding from their own damn block. Walk,
Seven Dwarfs Entertainment presents.
spin, spin.
I'll hit that in a minute. Wouldn't tell
Ain't gotta
nobody.
do nothing. Shit.
Lil Debbie's
Terrell.
presents.
Hold on. Let's ask Jay's son. Terrell, would you hit it?
Oh yeah, hell
Yeah, because I know that's gonna be the ass, huh?
He hit it in the Kobe jersey.
He's smiling. I said, I'm gonna hit it.
Put on your Kobe jersey.
What happened to that one I sent you with the little the cat?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, this is funny. This reminded me of you.
Oh,
Spin, spin, spin.
Y'all got the wrong cat. It ain't me you looking for. I ain't
yeah.
did nothing to nobody. Ouch. You holding my arm too tight. Garfield. Ouch. Garfield.
Do you know Linda?
Yeah.
Did you bite her?
No.
You're on camera biting her.
Fuck.
We're gonna have to lock you up now.
Wait, what? You didn't have that one with the chubby kid talking about he loves to eat.
I don't think he sent that one to me.
Yeah, I did.
Is that the one with that kid died? Is that the
No,
one?
he didn't die. He was a foreign kid, chubby kid. He was,
You can't show
That's
the
the
one.
the guy says I like to dance.
Yeah, no, and the dad was like, my dad likes to eat too.
Yeah, he's a dancer. Yeah,
Oh,
well, hair on all
he
white.
died?
No, there was another one that died, but this guy you talking about, he dances.
Yeah, little fat white
Little
kid.
fat-
Yeah,
yeah,
funny. He's funny. Okay, all right. So
We got to wrap.
yeah. Okay, listen. I'm Louis Sticks. Okay, I'm sorry.
CDP, you got a rhythm.
Want to try it again?
All right, I'm Louis Sticks.
CDP.
Oh, okay, let's do it again. I fucked up because I just got here. Yeah.
Jay, you
I'm
last.
acting like
You're
I'm
last,
part
Jay.
of it.
Hey,
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
me, this is the first time we've done this. Okay. I'm Louis Sticks.
We got Temptation audition.
All right, let's do it one more time.
Take it from the top.
I'm Louis Sticks.
CDP.
Jeff Arnold.
Danny Green.
J. Anthony Brown.
And what's the name of this show?
In a man's world.
Hey, we're so happy you stopped by, Jay.
I'm happy
Tell
too.
Myra J, and then we say hi.
And George and
Talk about the what's name? The Toys R Us thing you're supposed to be doing.
the what?
Isn't he
You
supposed
doing
to
that with Stevie? Toys R Us?
Something?
Oh, House of Toys.
House
House
of
of
Toys?
Toys?
I'm not doing it.
Oh, you're not? Oh.
Fuck them kids.
Guy Black got that gig. All right.
I just wanted to shout out our new mayor, Karen Bass.
Karen Bass.
She better
was
do something.
inaugurated.
She a sponsor?
She put a state of
but
emergency for the homeless right now.
Yeah, I like
she's
that.
doing her thing.
I like that. Very good.
All right, we're out. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.